Well, we know who's first. It's not Kingdom of Nerds. The commercial's running. I hate this thing. Well, we know who's first. It's not Kingdom of Nerds, but he had the best comment so far tonight. Embargo is lifted. Yes, it is. The embargo is lifted. We did a good job. I don't know for sure if I was telling Wayseeker earlier, like, I wouldn't actually know if people kept towards the embargo because, well, I don't watch any of the shows on this channel, so I want to know. But from what I hear, we're like 50-50, maybe 40-30 that they did.
As soon as I started talking, I got hit with the disclaimer. Boom. In Get Off Our Lawn.
We had to add a visual effect.
Yeah,
to have Dom to stop?
No, it was like, I just said I enjoyed the show.
Oh, Dom, you never just say something. You always say
and then when they put
he can't.
They put the thing up there, I put my head around like this, going around like, why are you blocking my face, man? Come on.
All right. Well, Dom's back to being normal. He got over the COVID. Hi, thumbs up. I'm glad about that. Kingdom of Nerds, good to see you. Well, first in the chat, by the way. GT Key Comics. There you go. Get your moment of shine. He's back. He's back. He's got it back. He's got 1 and 2. He might take all 3 next week. Who knows? Kingdom of Nerds, make sure you're subscribed. What's up, Brucifer? Brucifer from Kingdom of Nerds and apparently from Renovision now because he is the new Sticks of Renovision. Him and Sticks are just taking this channel over by storm. Darth, hey, where are you, Ruben? First Sunday without Ruben. It feels kind of weird. Yes, Star Wars Sunday with the Dark Side crew. Can't wait for the Ahsoka discussion. Good. Yeah, neither can we. Good evening, Darksiders. Hope you all have a great show tonight. Catch you on the catch up. Cheers, peace. Thank you, Vader Prime. We will see you on the rewind. Vader Prime, we'll see you on the rewind. John Sanders, y'all are already posting. Of course they are. Nerds. I was taking a Star Wars break. That's all right. While waiting for Ahsoka. Perfectly fine. I'm ready to hear what everyone has to say. Okay, well, good. We got a lot to say. Actually, we got a lot to say because we also had we semi had an embargo in the Dark Side chat. And the minute the embargo kind of lifted, I didn't read any of the comments because it got almost toxic in that motherfucker. So I was like, I'm out, dude. I said, y'all can talk about it. I'm good. Ruben Ed saying hi for the algorithm. Let's roll. Dusty Baker, 1970, 1971. Champ. I sense a disturbance in the canon. My bargain comments may have called me ahead of the.
Yep.
Yeah. You guys can all. Hey, I said it. You just go watch 2 weeks ago's show. You're going to know my opinion on the whole Ahsoka show. If you watch the preview show to Ahsoka, you know my opinion on the Ahsoka show already. You don't even need to watch this one. Chat rolling deep early. Joe, it is. What do we got? Mincebra? You know, it's funny. I was in there's a town. Mincebra? There's a town in Michigan that is famous for Christmas and being full of German people. And that's where I went to vacation for 2 days. And then I bought some Christmas stuff. And then I almost bought Jedi. And
Germans love Christmas, so that's not surprising.
Dude, the whole thing is centered around a huge. It's like the world's biggest Christmas store.
Hugest Christmas, like pageants, and towns go crazy for it over there.
Wayseeker, you interrupted him. He said he almost bought me something.
I did, but I asked Dom and Jedi. Do you guys have these? And my response from Dom was, all right, got it. And Jedi said this, so I don't know if he had it or not.
No, you didn't. You said, Dom, do you have this? You didn't.
Yeah,
even
you never said Jedi.
I did in the chat. The problem is, it's I did on my end. Yeah. Do remember that it's in cornfields and Jesus. That's all that. It's Christmas, Jesus, cornfield, beer, cheese, and sausage. So if the service isn't great,
I didn't have
pretzels. You forgot pretzels.
Oh, you didn't?
Germans love their pretzels.
I love the pretzels too.
They did have pretzels. Okay, they had pretzels.
Why would I have that? Why would I?
I don't know. You guys buy a bunch of bullshit.
I'm not even mad at you for not buying it. I'm really not.
He would never send it to you if you would have bought it, though.
That's true, though. I mean, look what's still sitting right next to me in a pile full of stuff for you, right there. But I was planning on it, and then I don't know. Maybe I'll go back. Who knows? It's not that far from me. If you ever want to check out the city, it's called Frankenmuth. It's crazy. Literally, like, they built a town around a Christmas store. I don't know. All right. Tom. What's up, Tom? blue diamond, orange diamond, arrow through a heart. I love and hugs.
Lightsaber colors. Maybe it's the blue and the orange lightsaber. I don't know.
I don't know, dude. Tell us, Tom, because we can't figure that out. You got me. Let's check if it's so. No. We'll do that later. What's up, everybody? Astro, what's up? Astro, Ruben, Astro, Ruben. 3-5. Okay. Lightsabers don't kill people. Oh, yep. That's a good point. Yeah. All right. Here's Wookiee.
Don't worry.
Ruben, a solid 4. Well, not perfect, but entertaining. Okay. We'll get back into, I guess we're not saying hi to anybody. Jeffrey Drake, hello. Qui-Gon left. What the heck is going on? Sticks, what's good? I don't even know what you guys.
I think that's referring to the lightsaber.
The lightsaber, yeah. Qui-Gon
wept because
died. Okay. He's the only one that ever died from a lightsaber.
He's the only one that ever died from a lightsaber to a chest, apparently.
Mr. Edwards, how you doing today? Hey, from Brooklyn. There you go. It's somebody real for the. Hey, if you ever see BK out there, you just tell him to come outside the house every once in a while. It's okay. It's nice outside. Funhouse, what's good?
Hey, I owe BK. BK's I owe BK.
You owe BK what?
I owe him because he's the reason. If you notice my little banner, it says I've found my cosplay. Since BK, I guess I never thought about it, but he says that I could be the stunt double for
Balin.
For Balin, yeah.
Well, maybe you could be Balin if Balin doesn't die in the show because they're gonna need new Balin.
We'll get to Ahsoka talk in a little bit. We're gonna cover news and comics first.
After watching it, I'm really pissed about that because if he becomes like the best, like he so far, that's my favorite.
Stop, Dom. Stop.
No, hold Dom. Jesus, Dom. Mute. Okay, mute him. Somebody mute him so I can say hi to the chat. AOA Jedi looks 18 days younger. Very good.
Hi ever.
Jeez, oh, Pete's hide. What's good? What's up, fella? We can't even get through this without Dom trying to spoil something. All right, let's get into news. Hurry up and get into news. Hurry up and get to news.
News has some spoilers in here. We're gonna deal with them as they come. I could not put them in here.
Pete. Okay, sorry, I probably put them into the slide.
But first and most importantly, this is for Marco. Billy Williams attended the Motor City Comic Con.
He's supposed to be.
Where's Coke 45?
Means he's not as bad as we thought he was.
I can't say anything about Motor City. I have been sworn to secrecy. I cannot say anything about it. So you'll hear no leaks out of me till it's official.
You're going to Motor City though.
Of course, I live here. This is my
con. So if anybody wants to send Marco packages to get signed,
do not send me shit. I will not stand in line, and I will not harass this old man to death.
Marco's offering his service.
I'm going to send you a Coke 45. Give it to him.
He will be pit. First off, why you think I would offend this old man? I enjoy this guy's acting. There's no way I would disrespect this man by
the article.
That's the wrong show. Go see how.
The article kind of talks about. I skimmed it. Kind of talks about how Billy D has been in all these he's good movies and he's had all these really great acting roles, but he's just Lando. That's like
he's Lando.
I don't. Oh, I probably should get a press pass.
He's Lando.
We could probably get a press pass, but I don't even have a pass. I just walk in, dude. I don't. There's no.
You got to do an interview. You got to get an interview for it.
He was good in the Jeffersons when he was in the Jeffersons back in the day.
Yep. I start off on the light note before we get into Ahsoka.
Deluxe apartment in the sky.
Also, we got news this week that Mando season 1 and season 2 are coming to Blu-ray. So they're trying to,
I got
make as much money as
hopefully some clowns buy this. Hopefully some clowns buy this because if it does, then it makes these more profitable.
Do people still buy Blu-rays? I have no
idea. They do. I was telling
Ruben's already said he's buying it because
we were talking about this. I think on TAC about people buying that, and I just bought a collection full of like unopened Blu-rays. Like I don't even know like if they have like Columbia House, that's what it's called or whatever. But like I went into a place and they had a bunch of other stuff that I was buying, and they had all these fucking unopened Blu-rays and shit, and I sold them for like $2 a piece. You know what I mean?
But you see,
I guess they're tangible. I guess you can touch and feel them. Yeah. But, I mean, because VHF tapes were around for a long time before DVDs kind of took over, and then we had a span of DVDs where it was just DVDs. It seems like Blu-rays were only here for like a snap before streaming kind of became the thing. So
that's right too. My kids watch this because we got in the Platinum Escalade, we got the seat thingies, and they put in their headphones and they.
They still don't sell at Walmart, so I guess somebody's buying them.
Yeah.
So that's the news there. We got some Ahsoka news. This was a good review. I really like this one. This person did the review on Forbes as a video game review and the patch notes review. And so this is the patch notes one.
Oh, that's hilarious. I got to read that because that's got to be
difficulty review.
All right. For the people that don't know what patch notes are, every once in a while when you're playing games that get live updates, especially like multi-world video games or like verse video games where you can play. How can I explain this to somebody who doesn't play? Like if you're playing against somebody like first-person shooter, or all the ones like PUBG. What's the one Stick plays? The kitty game. What's the kitty game he plays? What's the little kitty game? Fortnite, CS:GO, Warzone. All these games. Whenever they have a new rollout, a new season, new skins, they also have patch notes, which they like change around the weapons. They make some of them more powerful, some of them less powerful. They make whatever glitches happen. So this is really funny because they changed around a lot of shit on how stuff works in Star Wars. I mean, that's spoiler alert.
That's exactly
go see my opinion. Go see my opinion 2 weeks ago or a week ago when I think about that. It said it was going.
I had no idea what patch notes are. Still don't.
That's what it is.
But I actually went and read. I rarely read anything that Wayseeker sends us, to be honest. But I did go back and read this because this was actually, I enjoyed this article a lot. I actually read the entire article because if you're like me, you kind of, when you watch these shows, you either like it or you don't, and then you got to kind of go back and kind of think why you like something or why you didn't. I went through and read this article, and it really reminded me of some things that would normally probably go right by me while watching the show that I didn't consider. But when I read the article, I was like, oh, yeah, okay, now that you mention it,
yeah. Now that I mention it, it's probably Marco's dislike list of these 2 episodes, all in one fine. No,
but he did it much cleverly than you did. In the patch notes version.
Yeah, we could understand it.
Yeah, it was good. It was.
It's not just somebody yelling.
I don't really put more reviews on this one, but just the title and the way they did it was pretty clever. So it was good.
That's cool.
So this is the big news for Dom. Dom is all over this one.
I got more speculation on this too.
Casting credits fuel speculations about Marok's character. What's this about, Dom? You can fill it.
Oh, no, dude. There's been 80,000 rumors now. So, Dom, I guarantee you, whatever it was early in the week, it ain't the same later in the week.
Listen, you know what?
Yeah.
Listen, okay,
go ahead.
Listen.
Hold on. Can I guess?
I'm not
going to Can I guess one? Can I guess one? Can I guess one person that you think it is?
You want me to guess?
No, go ahead. Go. Just go. Come on. You got to be faster than that, Dom. Go.
No,
what are you going to say?
I'm not going to say anything. I'll wait till
he was confused.
No. Dom, what do you think? What's the casting credit?
Listen.
Who's in the credit?
No, it changed. Casting credit was the beginning of the week. Wayseeker. New people have told him this is somebody different at this point.
Who was in the credits?
He thinks it's Ezra now. He thinks it could be
Sam Whitmore. But Sam Whitmore as Star Killer. Come on. Listen, I would love it.
And Star Killer.
I would love it to be him. But you know what? It's going to be somebody completely different. It's not going to be him. But if it is him, I have a good theory. Wait till we talk about the show, and I'll tell you about something. But you know what? It's not going to be him.
So the casting credits does have Sam Whitmore.
It's not going to be him anymore, because he's going to be. It's going to be Ezra
credits. He could have been in the back. Who knows where he was in the casting credits? But
Sam Whitmore was
listed in the credits, and so now people are speculating that it could be Star Killer.
What was funny is in the chat, Dom posts this in the chat, and you could tell, without Dom really even saying much, you could tell he was very proud of this when he put it in the chat. 2 seconds later, Sheriff JJ shows up and just.
Oh, Sheriff! Yeah, JJ shot holes in that faster. Fucking shoot out at the OK Corral.
I would love to stomp JJ, and JJ goes, "Holy shit, Dom was right. I want to have that one time."
That's never gonna happen, dude. Dom, the one day. So I want one day for you to be right too.
I want to be right with something big where people turn around like this. Dom was right,
but it wasn't even you. You posted somebody else's stuff.
No, well, the whole fact is that listen. All kidding aside, back in the day before they even posted that, there was rumors that it could be Star Killer because because his name is Wolf. Meaning Wolf. That's cool. We'll talk about
TMNT guy. We're gonna talk about that in the review too. Hey, listen, this is the best comment. Give this a fucking bell, because if you don't know what he's talking about, he's like, guys, I got a puzzle involving spinning 3 seconds online. Do you know how many puzzle masters that can fucking help? I'm not mad at that. No, I'm not mad at that. know what he's saying. I don't know if you guys know what he's saying, but I know what he's
I
saying.
know what he's saying, yeah.
Must be very
He knows
artsy.
what
You
the
must be
show
very
is.
artsy to have to figure that fucking one out.
We'll get to Marek and a character when we get a review, but like if this is
like
Star
his
Killer,
character,
that
too.
would be really
I
sad.
like it.
It's Dark Chopper.
You know what? It's
Well, hey, what if it's
Look
Sam, but he's not Star Killer?
That's fine, but then
Because because actually the guy
mask, if that's the point.
Jedi's body double actually was like in 2 other Star Wars things.
Yeah.
You know, this isn't the first time that dude's been in here.
No.
But he doesn't play the
I'm
same character.
I'm fine with that. It's
Balin.
just hippie Star Killer.
Yeah.
So
He actually-
a big plot hole that people were talking about this week. What happened to Sabine's Lothcat after she leaves? So everybody's freaking out over Sabine not giving watching anybody take care of the Lothcat.
Well, she probably
It goes back into the fucking grass with the rest of the motherfuckers.
No,
How are you going to get down from the tower?
I actually think she has
That
somebody
thing's way
watching
up
it.
there.
Jump!
Fucking stairs, man.
I think she has somebody
That
watching
bitch
it.
jump!
It's a time.
Can't get down that jump.
Think about it. It's a time period.
You don't
She's
know
in
that.
the hospital for her going back to the place. So don't worry about it. There's a whole time
So
period.
yes, exactly.
He
Now,
talks
I got
about-
2 things to say on this. I am on both sides of the coin. This is a stupid question. Obviously, the cat can take care of himself, either climbing the stairs or whatever. I say that, however, when I was watching the episode, I asked myself the exact same question.
Yep.
Who's taking care of this fucking cat?
Really? That
I see.
I did.
out of the whole shit. That's the questions you asked?
No,
Not how the fucking lightsaber doesn't
No,
kill a
the only
motherfucker anymore?
question.
Oh no!
No.
How a fucking cat? How
No,
what?
no.
The bullshit! This is bullshit. Embargo's
That's
over.
not my
Fuck
only
that.
question.
No. Fuck that. You're not gonna be talking about some stupid ass cat when lightsabers don't fucking kill anybody
All
anymore.
right, listen, we got to get to that point. You tell me.
Well, we're at the point fucking now when you're bringing up this dumb shit.
Well,
Who
listen,
gives a shit about a cat? There's fucking robots. A robot can feed the fucking cat. Throw the fucking cat over the edge. Maybe she kicked that fucking cat to the moon before the fucker came down. Maybe an HK droid came in and sliced that bitch, and we all just didn't see that motherfucker. We don't
glad
know.
it didn't
Nobody
bother you,
cares.
Marco, because apparently, yeah, if it had bothered you, you wouldn't have finished the episode. I thought about it and then I moved on. I don't know.
Well, listen, I
Yeah,
watched the
I- I-
episode.
Who the fuck is questioning this?
It's just
You have
it's a random
big-
thought, man.
This is a big
It's in your head
Reddit
and then
like
it's gone.
700 comments. of
No,
people
remember,
talking about this cat.
animals don't have a good luck in Star Wars. Remember that.
Who fuck cares?
Marco,
Hey, neither does anybody from Dathomir. They've got really bad luck because you're either going to get cut in half or they're going to murk your entire species.
You know, all kidding aside, I actually just watched this. I was watching it a second time. I watched it in Texas, but now I watched it here just before I came on the show. And that really jumped into my mind again with the cat. I'm like, she left without the cat. Where is the cat? The same thing. It's on everybody's
It's better
mind.
in Texas, wasn't it, though?
Yep. This is one of the biggest questions of Ahsoka. So we got
This is not even close to one of the biggest questions. This is not. Absolutely. You know what this is? This is it's a weird group, and God bless them, but that weird group of people that smell, that walk around like Celebration or cons. They don't really talk to anybody, really. They just smell together. You know what I mean? And it's not smell that whatever. It's like human. They can't even smell.
At the end
their
of
own
this series,
What?
when all the dust settles and everything is said and done, and Sabine goes back to her home, and we see that poor dead cat in a corner, then we're gonna.
I ain't gonna give a shit. Move it. Hey, move along. Move along. Let's go. It's a robot, anyways, motherfuckers.
It's a
All right,
cat
let's
with
go.
duck feet.
I don't know if people were like the songs or not. I thought the music was one of the best parts.
Yep, the music was
Ahsoka.
great.
It was really Rebels like.
I wonder if it likes lasagna and hates Mondays. Yeah,
But
exactly.
the band that did the Sabine when she was on the speeder,
Yep,
that
I love
song was the Illuminati Hotties, and so
Okay.
just give them their props for that. That was a really
Agreed.
But let me ask you a question.
Great.
When you heard that, you know what song actually goes well with her riding that bike? Sabotage by freaking goddamn the Beastie Boys.
But they can't use
Yeah.
music.
I know, but listen, it was
We haven't heard that.
You
song
know how
in enough
mad
movies
Marco
yet.
would be if they used like a song from
Oh
our
my God,
universe.
it'd be awesome.
Oh, dude, all
Come
dude,
on.
you had to lose my
Think about
shit.
this
All of a
song
sudden,
that
the
they
fucking the wall starts playing or some shit. They're like,
Think
and like,
about
no,
this
we're not
song
doing
they
it.
use. When have you heard like a rock song in Star Wars?
I knew you were gonna say this because I said, I went to Reddit. Goes, what's the biggest bullshit people are talking about? And the first thing that popped up is people are going to ask about rock songs in fucking Star Wars. It's at least 5 or 6 different tunes that they've had already that are rock songs. Number one, Star Wars rock in fucking Return of the Jedi, motherfuckers. So right there.
What's Star Wars rock? What, when they sing in Palace?
Yes.
But I'm talking about score music that instrumental music, not like the music that like the regular.
It should have been Jabba's nephew's band. That's what we.
You don't think they scored that? Yeah, Jabba's nephew band played some. There's like 8. There was like 8 instances. Dom, I knew you were gonna do this. I actually thought after I said Jedi rock, I wouldn't have to remember any more of this because it was dumb shit. But there was like 8 of them, bro. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm now going to Reddit I'm preempting Dom by going to Reddit and finding out, like, typing stuff in like dumbest shit people have said about the Ahsoka episodes, and then it comes up and then Dom hits us up like rock music was one of them. The cat didn't even make it. That's how bad it is. Loaf Cat didn't even make it, so it wasn't important enough to make it. Go ahead, Dom.
Now, I'm just saying that the fact is that type of music that
has been in 8 other things. Yes, 8 other Star Wars projects.
Yeah, but not like that. That type of.
Well, somebody's. You know that Sue Sneath didn't actually. Like Max Rebo didn't actually play the bell organ. Somebody actually scored that music. You know that, right?
I know.
Like, there's no. I love Max Rebo, but he's not a real fucking person. There's his band.
I'm not talking about singing like the Cantina band. I'm talking about the music.
No. I'm saying like the music that played ahead of time. Yeah. The actual music that played before they eventually added in that other stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was scored. It was scored. I know. Whatever. Okay, go ahead.
All right.
All right, so Dave Filoni was talking this week about his movie or something. I don't know where this was, but you're not supposed to talk about anything, but he was. And so he talked about he will only use the stagecraft if it fits the project. So he said he wasn't sold on needing it for a bigger budget thing like that. So
really, because I'll be honest, after seeing this, he probably should stick with using stagecraft at all points.
I mean, it looked good. I think the production with this was really good.
I'm going to try to wait and hold off, but I have questions for Dom.
Yes.
I can't ask him because we're on an embargo.
I can't deal with another conversation like the one we just went through.
Yeah. All right. So we got news this week for casting information reveals a character is going to return from Andor for the season 2, and that's Melchi. Melchi's coming back.
Yes.
So you got that news this week. That's official.
Not surprising to me.
Okay.
Got that one.
It's official. Okay. I think we knew it.
Oh, official.
D23 schedule was announced, which is, I think, Baltimore Comic-Con when y'all are there. Sunday mornings panel will be 90 minutes, and it will center on upcoming projects for Disney. So we might get some Star Wars reveals and news. Last year, we got about 30 minutes of D23 was devoted to Star Wars, which is more than we expected. And so we'll see if they
was it more about parks though last year? I can't remember. Was it parks?
There's a park segment, but this one is only that 90 minutes is only focusing on movies and TV. So we'll
probably get some Skeleton Crew stuff and some
yeah.
So we probably will have to scour the internet for all those trailers that we can't find. So we'll do all that fun stuff for you.
We'll do that for you.
Yep. So that's coming up on Sunday morning on the September 10th.
When did I say it's all fake?
So
it's really we'll there.
This week on StarWars.com, they updated the eras of Star Wars and they added the Old Republic, Dawn of the Jedi, and New Jedi Order. Where you can click on all of them except for Dawn of the Jedi and New Jedi Order. Those two are lighter gray. And so this is fueling speculation now that we will be getting an Old Republic announcement soon.
Nice.
So we all want it. Because if you think about it, there's a couple of Old Republic references in the Ahsoka.
What?
I don't know what you're saying, Dom.
What did he just say?
He said there's some Old Republic things in Ahsoka.
Well, I mean, before we jump to the wrong conclusion, this could be via novels, not necessarily via.
It could be novels. It could be lots of different things. But it'd be great to see them start to dip their toe in that period.
It could be references. Well, there's definitely something there because they have made references in the High Republic of the Old Republic. They've also made references of the Old Republic in the Reign of the Empire and the Fall of the Jedi and the Age of the Rebellion. Maybe not in the New Republic. And I don't think they did in Rise of the First Order. But There you go.
So we will see. We'll see if we get anything in the next, year or so and that they're working on. But
I don't want to kill Star Wars.
They're gonna get the floodgates of stuff once the writer's strike is over with, and the friggin' actor strike. A floodgate of shit's gonna probably come.
No, I don't think so. Remember, they said they wanted to start slowing down the pace of this.
Yeah,
I think we're due for some book announcements that are not High Republic.
Oh yeah, but they don't need that for the writer's strike.
No, they don't need that for the writer's strike.
They could write books all day long. Books aren't part of that shit.
We could be doing for games. We could see some sort of game that goes back.
Also, something that ain't part of the writer's strike. Games,
comics too, right?
Yeah,
it could be comics.
Yeah.
So there's other possibilities of things we could see, and I know we will get a big panel discussion at NYCC.
Yeah, and by the way, once again, like as we told everybody how far away Acolyte was, we've been talking about for 3 years now. It's gonna be 5, and we said Old Republic was probably 10 years out. So we only got 7 more years if we're gonna get deep into the Old Republic. Which, listen, if you want that, that's like in 2 years you announce it. It comes out in 5. Yeah, we're right there, man.
Well, we all know Dawn of the Jedi is being written. The movie's coming out. That's coming out. So basically, you have to have something with the Dawn of the Jedi.
We don't know that for sure. How many times have they said something's coming out and it does not?
Oh, that's with Disney altogether. Figured Disney.
So, yep. So we will. But that's it. It was an interesting inclusion there on the Star Wars website. Here's your favorite game, Marco.
There you go.
Katana is coming to Fortnite on September 26th. So if you still
Sticks, are you going to be this? Is this a skin you have to buy?
I don't know. I don't play the game.
No, I'm asking Sticks. Oh, anymore. You used to play this too?
I never played this game.
Oh, I never played this game either.
Sticks would know. Sticks,
is this a skin? How much does this skin cost if it's a skin? I bet you it's a skin. It's got to be a skin, right?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Jedi skins, like they call it skins, but really you just get to change your character around. Okay.
I know. Thank you.
Well, I'm just trying to help the old people out.
Yeah, Sticks will let us know.
Didn't know what patch notes were. That's like, yeah, I know what skin is, asshole.
Sticks says $20 to $25. That's what you got to pay.
Holy fuck, Sticks! No way. No fucking 20 to $25.
That was going to be my guess, actually. Even
oh my god!
You can play Ahsoka.
Jedi. How many skins do you think come out in a year on average?
For Fortnite?
Yeah, for anything pretty much. I mean, even Warzone has them. Like premiums like this. Like Snoop Dogg came out on
50. I don't know. 50.
Yeah, probably. I went down. It's probably double 2 a month. Yeah, huh?
Probably 3 or 4 a month.
Yeah, 2 to 4 a month. Yeah. So you're right. Probably like 40, 50. At $25 a fucking pop, bro. Holy, we're in the wrong fucking business.
Kids will buy it. Kids will buy it.
Sticks ain't a kid. He's 50, 60 years old, bro.
Sticks didn't say he was going to buy this.
Yeah.
Sticks is buying this shit. Sticks, you're buying this shit, aren't you? Sticks is buying this shit. Sticks probably pre-ordered this shit. If Sticks plays this game, he's buying this shit, dude.
Yeah. And if Ruben played this game, Ruben's buying it. You
know what you guys should do on Old Men Get Off My Lawn? You should have Sticks pull up all the like skins that came out this year, like the Star Wars related or Marvel related ones, anything that has comic book related, and you guys could play Did Sticks buy it or did he not? Did you catch that? I know I blinked out there for a little bit. That would be a fucking good game. Yeah, how can you earn currency in the game, buddy? What's that? What's that, John?
Hopefully that would get us more views than we've been getting lately, but yeah.
I probably would. You know what's funny? If you put Fortnite skins, did you buy them or did you not? I guarantee you, not only would the demographic change on this channel real fucking quick, you get a lot of views real quick. That's your headline.
Video game skins and put Funko Pops on the thumbnail and you'll get a lot of freaking views.
No, just put Fortnite skins. Did you buy them or not? And just have a list there, and then be like, what the fuck are these old men talking about? It'll be a hit. You'll get a bunch of little kids. It can't get worse than some of the shit we see people right in the chat.
We're not talking about the foreskins either.
Yeah, why are you talking about foreskins?
Nobody's talking about foreskins. Fortnite skins.
Sure, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god!
Exactly right.
We did not hear foreskins.
I just said it.
You said it, right?
He says it. Get off this. Do that. Okay, old man show next week. Fortnite skins. Did you buy them? Did you not?
Right, write that down, Sticks.
Marco's favorite game of all time is getting remastered.
Ugh.
For PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC. We should definitely do
this. Isn't this is JJ's favorite
Absolutely,
Games.
CJ's favorite.
Mhm.
Dark Forces remastered. Night Drive Studios.
We
I'm
should.
playing
I
it.
asked friend of the channel, contributor to the channel, Brucifer, aka Brucey Bruce Bags, aka Kingdom of Nerd, aka the B, the Big B, said he was playing. He plays these video games on his thing through PlayStation. I was like, how does that work? Because I'm hoping, can we get all of us to play? Like, I have an Xbox. JJ has, I think, a PlayStation 2, or he's got a GameCube, one of the other ones.
PlayStation 2.
We got
Can we-
PlayStation 2.
Or until
Can
the
we,
I still have a PlayStation 2, but he has a PS5.
Wait, Seeker, I don't even know what you have.
I have a
You
PS5.
probably got ColecoVision or some shit.
I
What
got
do you got?
2600. There you go.
Yeah. You're like, fuck Christmas and fuck everything else besides this Atari. That's the only thing people can use. My question is, can we get all these leaked up onto one thing?
It depends on the game. It depends on how they do it. We don't know.
I just found a Sega Game Gear the other day too, by the way. Pretty sweet. I can't wait to put batteries in it.
Most likely you'll be able to, at least for Xbox, PS. Sometimes with like, if it's like mobile and Switch, they keep them separate because people with Switch would have a huge advantage over somebody who's playing on
Okay, but
mobile.
how can we do it where we could show it on the screen of me whooping the shit out of you guys in all these games?
I don't know.
You're gonna. We just stream it on Twitch. I can stream it on Twitch. I can stream.
Yeah, but can we stream it on Twitch and then transfer it to YouTube's? Because
We
I want
can.
all of our YouTube fans. I want all of our YouTube fans to watch me just
And we
dominate
can-
you clowns.
We do
stream-
have a Twitch.
I can put it in little boxes so we each have a corner of the box, and so they can see our screens.
Yeah.
And then they, totally.
Well, but I play on my TV.
Well, you just gotta have a. We'll figure it out.
All right, figure it out. Okay, cool. All right, move along. People don't care. They're losing interest in us talking about the TVs.
No, they want to talk about TurboGrafx 16.
Sticks wants to join. He's in chat.
Yeah, Sticks too. Yeah, Sticks, of course. Yeah.
Get him at his. Yeah, somebody add him on.
Odyssey, buddy.
I don't think he's there yet, though.
No.
There's no
It
picture
does.
there.
What? Sticks wants to join what?
He's right here.
Right there.
Oh, he's
He's
joining.
not
He's
50
joining
years
the
old.
thing.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
his internet
alright.
broken?
Circle is joining us.
So here you go. If you're a collector
put it back
of
till he
Star
loads
Wars
it.
bags, the new Star Wars bag that's coming out at Disney is a Happy Meal bag. It looks like
Wait,
a Happy
that's a
Meal
bag?
bag. So, you know,
Sticks move if you're actually active or if your internet's
he
frozen.
is. He's a.
He is.
He's frozen.
Thank you.
No, he's not.
No,
frozen.
No, he's not frozen. He's
Oh,
moving.
there he is.
He's right
Sticks,
there.
are you moving? Sticks, are you moving? He's not moving.
Yes, he is.
Sticks,
Does he hear
can you
us?
hear us?
I see his eyes moving.
He's moving. He just can't hear
Okay,
it.
okay.
Oh,
Sticks, when you can hear us, wave.
Oh, jeez.
He can't hear us. Sticks. I think he fucked up and accidentally jumped in our StreamYard. Nope, he disappeared. He did. He fucked up. Oh, Jesus. All right, what is this? What are we doing?
Oh, this is a Longify bag, right? Where they have like the little purse.
It just looks like a
purse.
fucking. It looks like a Big Mac.
And so they made this Star Wars purse, Bantha Burgers, which is a Tatooine, I don't know, business or something, as a McDonald's Happy Meal bag. So you can buy this for $95.
Thank you for your membership, Joe.
You
Or I
wanna
could
get your
not.
Star
My
Wars
$100.
Happy Meal bag.
Blink 2 times, blink once. Jesus. All right, go next.
I actually thought there'd be more conversation about this one. I'm surprised.
I think it would have if we did just try hearing if we didn't.
But McDonald's
Oh,
is just
If Sticks
McDonald's is
just didn't
just
bomb
pretty
in on
solid.
it, and the fuck up.
All right, we got one more. We got one more and we're done.
Sticks, what happened?
Okay.
Only $95. I'll take 5. Get out of here. All right, one more. Oh, here we go. We're gonna
All right.
start it off with them.
So this week we're having a new book comes out, a certain point of view, Return of the Jedi, 40 short stories. I think what we're going to do next week is we're going to review 4 of them. We're going to do Max Rebo, Boba Fett. We'll pick 2 other ones, and then maybe the week after that
We'll
pick
see. We might do that. We might not.
We'll pick a few
We'll
of our favorites. No, we got to do Boba for Dom's reading it.
He won't actually read it. Sticks is back, but he's not back. Sticks, are you supposed to be trying to come into the show? Wave if you're supposed to be trying to come in the show. Wave if you're kidnapped.
There he is.
Okay. Sticks is waving. Sticks, you're waving. Okay.
Finally.
You're not kidnapped. What's the deal, Sticks?
I am not 60 years old.
I said 50 to 60. Whatever.
All right.
You're on the old man show. It's close enough.
All
Is that what you called in to tell us?
Yes.
That's okay. Thank you, caller 2. Do you also want to play the video games with us? No, where'd you go? Jesus Christ, Sticks! What the hell, Sticks? He said he came in to say he's not 60 and then came out. He's 62. What the fuck? Sticks, we weren't done with you yet. Okay, Dom is super excited. Dom, tell us why you're super excited about this, and then we'll see if we can get Sticks back.
Well, I'm super excited because it's going to connect with the World of Bounty Hunter story and the Book of Boba Fett on why he wanted to the throne, and he felt that he was being mistreated and used from Jabba, so he wanted to take over the throne. So it's kind of cool that he's connecting that whole story to the Return of the Jedi in his mind before he got hit into the Sarlacc. So it kind of like we'll find out the story, like what he was really thinking and what he was plotting before he got hit by Luke guiding Han Solo.
I can't focus because that stick shit was so funny, dude. I don't know what Dom said at all. That was hilarious. Where did Sticks go? I'm asking you questions. He just takes off.
Actually, it's kind of cool that they're gonna.
Marco's voice is like a 10-year-old girl.
I'm laughing so hard.
It's kind of cool that they're connecting it with the comic series too, the World of Bounty Hunter. So, it's
really, who's what?
No, the story. The story. He's gonna have thoughts. And
did you read the story yet?
Like the whole his old point of view. You're gonna hear like there's gonna. What I read, the story that I read is that there's going to be mentions of the figure War of Bounty Hunters, Crimson Dawn, and stuff like that.
It is going to be It is going to be from his point of view because it's called from a certain point of view.
Yep. Yeah, and John Hamm is going to do the voice.
Who's writing this?
John Hamm.
John Hamm's not writing this.
No, he's
doing the voice.
He's the voice.
Yeah, who cares about that? Who's writing this?
I remember.
Who? Okay, because it could be really bad. You better hope you get a good writer.
It could be. I hope I'll find out. But
find out who wrote it, because I can tell you if it's gonna be good or if it's gonna be shit. Dom, you might not like the writer.
But I think next week we're gonna review this one. We're gonna review we gotta review Max Rebo one.
Max Rebo, the best character.
We'll find two other ones that we'll review, and then we'll
actually
make
John
sure that
Hamm
Jedi
actually
can listen to four short stories. So
he voiced Boba Fett before too, in other stories too.
Yeah,
other audio books, which is kind of cool.
So.
Yeah, about the story. All right, cool. Is that it?
You know a guy.
That's it.
All right, now listen. I was gonna do comic review. That's what we normally do, but they didn't come for.
We gotta wait for JJ. JJ said he's gonna be here in like
10
minutes.
Did he?
No,
okay, then we're gonna go through comic review fast, or we'll do
Tara
toys.
Sims. I think.
What happened to Sims?
No, JJ just popped on. That's good. That's good, JJ.
JJ just popped on. All right, JJ, can you go?
I don't know. Apparently they've moved.
All right,
okay.
Here we go. We're pushing toys. We're pushing comics. We're pushing all the what comic books to look at, the market. We're pushing all that shit in the back. We're going crazy. Sticks has invaded the show. JJ has invaded the show. Pete, we don't even know Pete was back from Delaware. Who the fuck goes to Delaware for vacation? But Pete's back from Delaware. He just jumped in because he heard uncircumcised penises. He's in here.
Pete always goes to Delaware. I don't know.
I'm telling you,
always goes to Delaware.
I don't know what's going on. The show's just shenanigans.
Comic stores in Delaware.
I still don't know what happened to Sticks.
There are actually.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully Sticks is still live. But before before whatever happens to him, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna review Ahsoka because that's what they came for. They didn't come for
Biden
and whatever. What? What'd you say?
I said hanging with Biden.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So where all the old fogies hang out. All right, awesome.
Old fogies, man.
Hey, it was relaxing. I'll tell you that much.
Did you start an LC? Okay. Anyways, let's go. Ahsoka. Here we go. I actually.
Cool.
This is the first. Why the fuck? Can we talk about it? Can we talk about this? Why didn't they do the usual crawl?
I don't know. I was curious about that. Like,
but
why
I'm very happy they did a crawl like this.
Yeah, but why wasn't it? You know,
I know
laying down.
Well,
you want to know why?
Yellow. Everybody's like, "Oh, it's red." Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Wasn't there another one that was red?
Like, when it's red, it means
I don't care. It's red. I care that fucking Dave just can't fucking follow the goddamn rules of Star Wars because he should have done a slow crawl.
No,
by the way, I had people who I did watch this with a couple of people who didn't watch Rebels. I will say they were 100% wrong. People needed to watch Rebels before this. And this didn't make any fucking sense to people. This crawl, unless you knew what was happening with Rebels and other stuff, they were like, I had to pause it and explain it to a room of people. because they were
Because if
so
you haven't
fucking
watched
confused.
Rebels, you don't even know who Thrawn is. for
Yeah,
the most part.
yeah,
I mean, unless you
Yeah.
read the books or you watch Rebels. That's two small
yeah.
parts of Star Wars.
They were done like the
Hey,
Imperial
hey,
Remnants
Nick.
thing.
What happened to you?
Sticks, what the fuck happened? All right, whatever. Anyways, so we get, the cool part was, and this is what I'll say, they used a lot of these scenes are stuff that I actually still had loaded in here from the trailers. They used almost the entire both trailers on this, which I thought was pretty good because we still got a ton more action in it. But we get Commander dumb shit that's like, yo, we see this thing in there. They got Jedi codes. I'll go say hi to them real quickly.
It's like the worst decision ever, too. Hey, there's this mysterious ship out on the horizon. And they say they're Jedi that have been extinct.
I'm calling their bluff.
Yeah, I'm calling their.
Bring 'em
Well,
in,
hey,
bring 'em
by the
in.
way, if you're calling their bluff, then it's fucking bad news, right? Like it ain't fucking sweet because they're either pirates or whatever.
They're making I don't know. Later on, if we talk about this, it's just if you look at the Rebel Alliance, how they're forming, they're incompetent and stupid. If you really think about it.
You mean the New Republic, you mean?
The New Republic, yeah. The New Republic, how
That's how bureaucracy usually is in life.
But apart from that, if they're mercenaries, they didn't have money to buy new codes that could have been more, timely, topical. That's not an investment that like a mercenary would do.
Yeah, okay.
when they're
Let's not
flying
dig
from
too
ship,
deep. I still thought it was a cool scene. Let's not. The only problem with Ahsoka is if you start thinking about it, none of the shit makes sense. All right,
Yeah,
so let's not
that's
go
right.
that.
Star
Let's
Wars
not go that deep on it. Okay.
No, but it makes you think.
So, anyways, of course, it's this scene that you see. I had to cut out another scene from the trailer because there was too many scenes from the trailer. And he goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna kill you." Whatever. He starts killing
That
people.
line's
We all
gold.
knew that.
Yeah, but
So-
the scene that takes place because I think that you're bluffing, you're lying, that you're not a Jedi. You're just a remnant of like the Empire that lost and this and that.
It was
and
this
got lucky,
scene.
which
It was a 000. Yeah, it was not.
No. It was. This is the beginning. This is all I'll say until we move on. Right here, and then there's a follow-on scene, is where I really started to get worried about this series. Right here.
Really, I actually like that they
Because
did
it was-
this because I was like, "Holy shit, it's starting
It's just
fast."
It's another homage, though. We're just looking at it.
Yeah,
as
I
homage to
understand that,
Vader.
but we saw it in the trailer already, so we knew
I'm
that
right
was
with
going to happen.
Jedi, and then I thought the exact same thing. I was like, oh god, like we're already imagining Darth Vader, like iconic scenes. Come on.
Maybe so, but in defense, this was actually I actually liked the imagery, the shooting of none of this looked cheap. It all looked really crisp
It
and
didn't
clean.
look
including
bad, but they could have just
It
done
looked
something a little
fine.
different.
them coming in. But here's the other. Hold on. Here's the other point. Most of this shit was in the trailer. There was 15 out of the 30-second trailer. There was 15
I
seconds
didn't watch the trailer.
that was this shit. Okay, so if you watch the trailer, like this
We
scene
didn't.
trailer,
That's what he's saying.
this scene trailer, that wasn't in the trailer. This scene I think was in the trailer. This scene was in the trailer. So like this shit was all in the trailer. So I'm glad they got it all the fuck out the way. This scene was also then they started the Ahsoka storyline. Also, this scene was from the trailer. I just recut it from the trailer.
I tell you what, man. I like
Yep.
Balin and Shin. I feel I'm really upset the fact that Ray Stevenson passed away, and if
They
you
weren't
look-
using him anyways, Dom.
I know,
He
but
was-
if his character stayed, and
His character is going to die by the end of this
well,
show.
I'll tell you what. There
Yeah, but
probably
that
will be a
doesn't make
book
you feel
or
bad
a
the guy
comic
died.
based
You don't know
on
that. You don't know that, Marco. He
don't
could
know
be carried on. to
Yeah, I
season
do. Yeah, I
two.
do.
He's gonna die sometime in Ahsoka, but maybe not in season 1.
Yeah. Well, I think Well, they are gonna die sometime or so.
Well, I'll tell you what.
This
Well,
season,
let's-
He's
yes.
very
Let's just-
intriguing. I'm sorry.
Let's
Joe.
keep. I think
No,
we're jumping to
let's
the
just
end.
keep
of the
moving
year.
because we're about to get to the Indiana Jones homage.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
let's
Then
do
that's
that.
yes. That was one part that I did have a little of issue. So she goes to the ruins, and then she sees the Night Sisters here thing, and then
The
she
Well of
starts
Souls,
pulling.
I mean,
Yeah, she starts pulling the fucking Indiana Jones. She's digging through the temple. She's turning stuff,
Let me
and
ask you
then
a question.
magically,
also
what?
Also, Fifth Element.
Yo, but think
I'll
about
say
this: this temple, the figure witch of the Dathomir. Now,
Yes.
are they been around since the friggin' dawn of the Jedi too? That's what I'm trying to say. Because this temple is an ancient, old temple from
How are
back.
we gonna know the answer to that question, Dom?
No,
It's all.
How old-
Isn't it all perspective?
I don't
Is
know,
it
but
not
they-
all
they-
perspective?
I-
Is it not all perspective?
Yeah, I'm just saying like, it could be because when friggin'
They're supposed to be an ancient species because that's what Dooku said.
Yep.
So what's ancient? What's ancient to you? Because ancient to me sticks. He's 62 years old. He's ancient as all
God.
shit.
Anyway, she finds the orb of power that has the stone in it, the Infinity Stone, and
I mean, this
What
is a cool
anybody else
planet,
think that
though.
when she found it?
What was that? Oh, yeah. This is just. I mean, this. I really have to say, the more and more I saw this, the more and more I was like, man, I wish Ashley was doing some stuff too, because like, I don't know, man. Look, it still was fast paced. This is all. Hey, this was once again. This is only 4 minutes. So like, and half the shit we saw in the previews anyhow. Because then she jumps up and we see all the HK droids. We saw the fight scene. They decide to set themselves on fire because it's like a fail safe.
They were doing the Predator.
Yeah. A lot of the shit. This is cut out, right? This is what I cut from the trailer. This scene was cut from the trailer. This scene was cut from the trailer.
In the trailer, though. I don't see what this is.
Well, that's what I'm just saying. Like, I'm glad because it was moving fast.
Yes, I get it. Yeah,
I love the droid. I love
the trailer. I mean, it
stuff.
wasn't bad. They put the pieces together. JJ, you want to know why? Because they've been known to fucking take a trailer and extend that to fucking 8 episodes, and it's just horse shit in between. At least this pace was really. I mean, the pace. You guys have to be happy with the pace, right?
I was. It was
after the curmudgeons.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
I'm talking to the curmudgeon crowd, Dom. I know you are. JJ,
it was okay. The first episode was a little bit long. Like that scene that you said lasted like 4 minutes of her in the Well of Souls or whatever the hell it was there. Like that could have been like a minute long. Like it felt like 15 minutes. It was so long and nobody talked, and like her reactions, everything was just weird. Like,
I mean, the Indiana Jones situation was a little bit off. I'll give you that. But all in all, it could have been worse, I guess. Is this not your feeling? I found my cosplay there, buddy.
What's that?
Are you taking notes? You're taking notes.
I was writing a note. I'm writing notes. Yes.
Okay, so is this not your feeling? Was this, besides the Indiana Jones death little double take bullshit that they did, so far pretty good, right?
Yeah, once it got past the Indiana Jones, and I had a couple other eye roll moments that I just had to like swallow and let go, like the way she does her lightsabers, and she just does like force does her lightsaber circle, and it goes through so quick. Yet if you think back to Phantom Menace, Qui-Gon is like trying his best to cut through that door, and she just like does it in a snap. Okay, whatever.
That was just stone.
It's just okay. Yeah,
stone.
I can rationalize.
Ruben. She didn't have to figure shit out. She just had to align the fucking things. There wasn't a lot of There's never a lot of figuring out in this. Well, let's get away from that. Let's not try to fuck. Hey, bud. Hey, that's a weak sauce. Okay,
let's not. The first level of Tomb Raider where the puzzle's really easy.
Yeah, let's not go that way. It's a fucking thing. She's like, ooh, if I just turn this, all of a sudden the fucking thing pops up. Great, and then she couldn't figure out that shit. But whatever. I like this. I like that I went through the thing. And this was part 2 that I had to go back and I had to say, because this was a question that came up. It was a little confusing for maybe some people who didn't catch it. They kept asking, like, even in the end, they're like, how did she figure out that to go there? Like, this is what normies were asking. Like, how did she figure out to go to that temple? And at the first watch, I was like, I don't know. I watched it again and I caught that she said this. Yeah. He said something like the Jedi thing, and she said, I didn't. She was inferring that she fucking tortured her.
Yeah.
To get the information out of it. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
okay. I'm letting you know that's something that normal people didn't catch.
Like a mind trick or something.
Yeah, she could have used a mind trick. She could torture. She could.
The Jedi
versus a witch.
She's not gonna be able to mind trick a night sister.
She's a witch, so.
Yeah, she had torture. She's not mind trick.
That came out of nowhere. That's something else I had an issue with.
Once again, maybe you all caught it, but I'm telling you, the general public, there's a lot of people that didn't catch that because they had asked about this a couple of times. And I was like, hey, listen.
But if you notice when you watch the thing, when Disney Plus comes on, they show the helmets, they're red. So everything's red. So I don't know if they're talking about her, anything's possible. You don't know what the hell's going on with her.
I think you're reading too much into it.
Now, Dom.
I know. Dom's like, she's going to sit out.
If you look at the Disney thing when Disney comes on.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
We heard what you're saying.
I'm wondering what you're trying to infer by saying it.
Pete asked you a question to get an answer out of you so we can clip it and use it again. Oh, shoot. Pete, I got to send you a clip.
Are you saying she's a Sith?
Pete, I got to send you a clip. Somebody send me a clip.
I'm saying that she's tweedling along the thing.
Hey, I need my iPad.
I think they use this moment to reestablish for everybody that she doesn't consider herself to be a Jedi. I think is what this moment was kind of saying.
Which is pretty fucking funny because of what happens later on in this fucking episode.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's what I think this scene was.
But I had to take a couple of these clips out. It does not do it justice. The fucking space that they didn't use flares and all that shit. Oh my God, it was beautiful.
It was,
Dom,
that was great.
Dom, you have to be happy that they did this on such a cheap budget.
Yes, I am.
You're always complaining about how cheap they do things. This does not look cheap, and this is a cheaper budget thing.
Watching the whole the ships in space, I was very happy with that. Very happy.
I think this vilifies you, and this verifies what JJ's been saying. It's just terrible writing and directing. They could do this. They have this ability. I think Wayseeker, myself, all of us have been on the same page. Dom, you are the only one who says no, they need to throw more money at it. They don't need to throw more money at it. They actually have the technology to do this. And this show proved it. It was beautiful.
It was.
This show was beautiful.
I'm telling you, all the ship scenes were on point. And I'll be totally honest. I enjoyed that. It brought a smile to my face. When I watched it, I was like, it really was great.
But it just the one fault, though, it does stand out then, is when you see the movement of fucking Ahsoka and Hera, and you're like, ooh, how can you make this look so fucking good? And Ahsoka moved like a 90-year-old grandma who took her Geritol.
All I know is the asses in this show between Sabine and Hera. I can tell you that. Yeah, listen, all I know is Hera got that big boom, and freaking Sabine, I'm telling you, I'm enjoying this.
What are you talking about?
So all is forgiven.
Moving along.
Okay. Anyways,
now
that
this is where I'll insert. After we've talked about how beautiful everything is, this is where I guess I'll insert my stagecraft rant. And that stagecraft is not the way, because while I agree with you somewhat, the space scenes looked fantastic. Yes, the rest of it seemed, visually speaking, sterile and stiff and dry.
But I think I don't.
This is after watching something like Andor where they use practical. Nobody in the show is fucking dirty. Did anybody notice that?
I don't care about that. No. That's not what I care about. Clean. No, okay. When you want it, I don't care about all that. The stiffness is the actual actors. They are stiff. Like
I think part of it's the way it's shot. I don't know if it's necessarily
really. I think Hera's motion. No, because Sabine moves a lot differently than the other two, and so does some of the other characters here. It's not. Like Balin does, and so does
a matter of where they were filming, where they were, their locations. I mean, they were on Corellia.
Yeah. I mean, they were shot in different scenes, but
I mean, there were a lot of Empire ships.
I mean, this. Well, I'm just saying, no disrespect to this young lady, but like once again, like this looks like B-lot fucking sci-fi movie for Hera. Like if you didn't know there was somebody who was supposed to be, would you be like, oh shit, that's Hera? That's what I thought Hera was going to look like. It looks like somebody's cosplaying Hera. They threw some fucking green. Like, no offense, but if the cosplayers play the character better than we see her on screen, that's a problem, dude. Like, no offense, that's a problem in my mind. And that looks worse than cosplayers at Celebration, dude.
Yeah.
I think she looked better in episode 2. I do.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that I think it's hard to get right when you first put a character on screen, whether it be Ahsoka or because Ahsoka, they did the thing where what are they called? I can't remember what they're called. They're tendrils or whatever they are. Like they had to adjust those after the first time she was on. So I mean,
I guess, but like that's something it's the director's job and the editor's job to do before it comes to screen. Like this is embarrassing.
All right, my question is why
the fuck is she wearing?
Why are the rankings for the Republic like a dice?
Dice. I know, right?
That's fine. That means commander, right?
I know, but you saw the other two had a 1 and a 2. They're literally dice.
But that's the same thing. That's what they used in the first when they were using in the.
If you roll crit, you're like a 4-level general.
Think about the original Return of the Jedi. Ula, the slave girl that Jabba dropped down into the Rancor. That's a green Twi'lek, like her. She looked like a Twi'lek. That looked good compared to. But
Tom, you're just remembering because her boob fell
out. She's also. Why the fuck is she wearing a bomber jacket?
I think part of that is the reliance on technology versus special effects, or special effects versus practical effects, I should say.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. They should have spent a little bit more on practical effects. So
that's what I was getting.
Ahsoka gets over here, says, "Hey, look, blah 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 blah." They talk about Balin stuff. They did their little meeting, and then all of a sudden we go to Lothal, and we get actually. You know, you got to give credit to the boys putting together their must-watch list after we were told not to watch anything. I could take maybe a spectrum of credit for it, but not a lot. You really got to give it up to Wayseeker and mainly Wayseeker and then JJ in there. They told you to watch a couple episodes. One, if you would have watched it, you would have known at least two of these motherfuckers who are up here.
Yep.
Because this is the old mayor that we have out there. And then, there's the one episode I think we were all talking about where it had the Empire with the little kids and when Ezra went undercover.
Yep.
And who's this character right here? We'll get a little close-up of him right there.
Geico.
Okay. And he was part of that group, and he ended up splitting away. There's 2 episodes we told you to watch. If you watched it, you recognize who these that kid is, and the other one, he is now a senator, right, for LaFall or whatever he is, a councilman. Yeah. He had to go up and supposed to give him a speech and stuff. That was kind of cool, man.
He was governor before Price. Price came in and took his job, and then he came back and.
Now, but the kid too, who's a council member, was also was the kid that was in there. Yeah.
I really like the fact that they're bringing back all these characters, and there will be some happy people that there's some characters that might pop up in live action.
You just mean you.
But see,
here's the thing. I don't know. Like, I think this is more of like a thing for like the fans, but like I think it loses some people that haven't watched Rebels or something like that.
It does, because I was like, "Oh, that's cool." People were like, "What's cool?" Like that's the other thing. If you watch it with people
never
that
saw
watch
these
Rebels,
guys again, so it really
if these
didn't
were brand
matter
new people, what would be the difference to those same people watching the show?
No, it would be. It would be. But if you watch with somebody, just to let you know, if you watch with somebody and you're like, "Oh, that's cool," they're going to ask you, "What's that cool?" And it's not going to be.
Oh,
that
well,
cool
I get that. Well, that's you trying to show them that you know inside.
No. I wasn't trying to do anything. Come on, when you saw this, you had to say, "Oh, that's cool," right?
I know what you're saying. But if they were just
so then we get another couple seat that go. She's not there, so she's supposed to be there for the dedication. She's not there, obviously. She's out on the highway. We saw this scene in the trailer too. We saw this scene where she's racing. The whole thing we saw is going under the pilots. We didn't see anything else. They tell her she needs to get back. She's like, "Fuck that. I don't care." She takes off.
You missed the scene that he clipped just for you.
Oh, yeah.
You were looking down right there.
There's your butt. There you go.
Thank you.
You went as usual. You talked too early and didn't let us get to the point where we set something up for you so you could knock it down like a champion. You prematurely came to a conclusion that wasn't there yet. Okay. So they show her back in the tower, and right now she must have been thrifting a lot because she has filled the tower with a bunch of junk and toils and whatever else, and a typewriter apparently, because that's what the fuck that looks like. It's a typewriter.
Her memoir. You got to type out the memoir.
Yeah, you got to type out the memoirs. She's having a little bit of flashbacks. She does a little Ezra thing. Ezra saying, which I don't. They've got this was a pre-recorded message, right?
Yes.
Yeah. This was like before he disappeared, right?
Right. It was. It had to be.
Why is he old?
I don't know. And there's also no way that he's going to change the timeline and say that this fell through a shipment and she somehow got it afterwards, right?
You lost me.
Huh?
Well, I assume he left it somewhere for her. We just never saw that. But like at the same time, like
that was
like why is he like 25 years old? Like why is he the same age as her?
And here goes Dave being a fucking jackass again.
No,
did you catch the brother sister line?
Yeah.
Oh, the fuck.
She was like brother sister. Jesus. I was like,
no, because he's doing the Luke and Leia bullshit, right?
Leia stuff.
He's doing it right. Everybody agrees.
This was made up before he left and took Thrawn away.
Yeah, he still was trying to knock those boots back then. What are you talking about?
I know. I'm telling this hologram that he did. This is before he left and sacrificed himself to go with Thrawn. So
we know
that's what we're saying. But just because that's the truth doesn't mean that Dave's not going to try to play some funny business with it.
They still could have done a little bit of a better job, kind of de-aging him a little bit here. Yeah. Not so much the face, but the body. Like he looks like a grown ass man. Like
he didn't say friends. He said brother and sister. That's the part that I'm saying he's playing fast. Yeah, you're like a sister to me.
You're like a sister to me. Yeah.
Yeah, which is all bullshit because you could tell, like at the end, she lovingly molests his painted face and all that other bullshit, and he grabbed her ass in one episode.
Word choice.
Yeah, he wants to.
What? I don't know. Whatever.
His face.
Yeah, whatever. So then she has the sweet, sweet dreams of him and wakes up. This is another fucking thing. Sabine is not force sensitive at all, but all of a sudden she's getting like this force memory thing of him coming through. She decides to get up. I guess that's another butt scene because then Ahsoka comes by, right? Like
my question is, why does everybody in Star Wars sleep with their shoes on?
Yeah,
and clothes.
But why is everybody in Star Wars going their beds and sleep with their?
Just watch the comics. People don't sleep with their clothes on. After never.
Oh, that's right.
Hey, there's a comic. There's a comic this week we review. There's not a lot of clothes in it.
Nope,
let's just say
no
that.
Clothes. It's a good comic too.
So then we do a lot of previews.
Man, so I'm pissed off.
It was a good comic except for one fucking scene, just one little quarter page. Anyway, so then they do this dumb shit once again. Like, unfortunately, two things. One, Sabine, I also think too, like, isn't the look I thought Sabine would have. So it's always played off with me a little bit. Like, I thought she'd be more like Pacific Islander type than what it is, which is always throwing me off.
Also, to see like how long would it take her to grow out that hair?
Yeah,
for the short hair that she had.
And two, I mean, the way they're having, I don't blame this on Dawson, but the way they're having Dawson play is, I do not enjoy it. It's very old and like
stiff.
That's the thing that her acting.
She's
not a bad actress.
She's not a bad actress, but that's why I don't blame her.
She's not. I think this is a complete direction decision.
Dave's direction, the way she wants to play the character.
That's not how she wants. I doubt that's how she wants to play the character.
No, not her. Him. Dave wants her to play.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's a good. I don't think it's a good decision. It's really making her look bad. And this was like the epitome of like, is this like when you thought the Indiana Jones scenes when you guys had problems with this scene? I was like, oh wow. I went back and clocked it, and I think it was 3 minutes and some seconds. It seemed like it was 10 minutes.
Like forever, yeah.
It did.
I understand there was some dragging. There was some
dragging, which but we'd also seen most of this in the trailer, so I don't know what it was. But then she steals the ball. Okay.
She didn't steal the ball. She actually took it.
She didn't steal it. She kind of stole it, but
she stole it. She stole it,
and then she took it when she wasn't.
She was given to told to keep it there. She instead took it and took it back to her place. And then in the meantime,
Sabine, like I like that. Like that's exactly what Sabine would do.
I do too. I thought that was cool. Like
orders.
Not only that, but
known that though.
Like, and that's where you could see Rosale like do a good thing, because she did this bit where she's like, she's always the same Sabine. I knew she was gonna steal that shit pretty much, and that was kind of really cool. So you could tell she's got those, and she loosens up a little bit there. But it sucks when she gets these one-on-one situations because it's very stagnant. Jedi, anything to include up to this point?
No, I mean I agree with everything. I made notes, but I'll wait till I get my dime at the end of the.
You'll get a dime at the end. All right.
This was well. I mean, but
go ahead.
Since you asked me, and we're at that point, this is because we talked about it a little bit earlier. She solves this puzzle, and I mean, I'm sure there was some time lapse or whatever, but we're not talking about a Rubik's cube here. She solves this thing pretty freaking easy. For someone who had to be,
I've seen a second grader solve a Rubik's cube in about the same.
She solves this thing like I think she does like what 3 little twists and suddenly
twirls,
the lights come on, and I'm like,
we'll get to that in a minute.
That was hard.
Braylon sends the little peon. By the way, we'll talk about her a little bit later too.
I actually like a character. It reminds me of Maul when Maul was looking for Qui-Gon, and he had the little droid and. Looking at shows, I kind of like that.
Absolutely doesn't remind me of that at all.
No,
but I bet you if you, I bet you if you watch Screen Crush, you probably heard the same thing. All right,
the
there we go.
5 words you said were right. Everything after that, I don't know what you were saying.
He watches that show.
A character. 4 words.
Her character was a little stiff too, I thought, and I think she acted with more emotion than like Dawson did with Ahsoka. But like her emotion was just one. It was like angry, scally emotion, like the whole time.
Yeah. That's fine.
I didn't have that big of a problem with her. I like it. Once again, I thought it was a directorial like mishap. So here she goes. She does the 3 clicks and it opens up. And then we get which, by the way, this right here didn't make much sense because this is the same room that they found it in. It has the 3 witches on it, just like it has the 3. This is the exact same. Well, this is supposed to be the map.
She said that.
They said Hayang took pictures of the room.
Yeah.
So she's looking at the.
Oh, she's looking at the room. Okay, cool.
That's how she solved it. Supposedly,
that's how she solved the problem
in the room.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't matter because she solved it in 2 seconds, so it didn't matter either way. You didn't
the hints from the room.
Yeah.
No, is that what it was? There was no hints in the room. The hints was turn some shit. I mean, I don't know.
She was looking at the bits from the room.
You
wanted this part away. Took that part away.
The 3 statues had to do with the 3 turns or some other nonsense.
You can't have it both ways.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it's the same exact motion that they used to get the fucking orb in that room.
That's just poor. That's just lazy writing.
I didn't say it was good writing.
You can't complain. I'm not saying it was a great idea. 4 minutes for the first one, and then they didn't take 4 minutes for the second one. You can't have both ways.
Well, yeah, I get it. No, what I'm saying is, no, Waysinger, what I'm saying is they literally use the exact same fucking thing that they did in the first one, they used it again here as like, oh, there's three turns, we're good. Like,
I think what would have fixed this for me is because she was looking at it or whatever. I only watched it once. So she was looking at it, and then we had a cut, and then like she's asleep, and then she wakes up, and then she figures something out. I would have just needed like one scene where she was messing with it, got frustrated, and like slammed it down and walked away, and then come back to
Like
where
the light
and solve
bulb
it.
scene,
And I'd have been
right?
like, okay, all right.
what's up,
so,
Jerome?
But the way
No,
they
I
shot
agree.
it made it seem
I don't
like
think
it
that's
didn't matter
nitpicking.
what
I don't.
they
Anyway, that's not
figured it out.
I think
nitpicking.
Aloy's right. Aloy's
No,
right.
I don't think that's nitpicking. I think Jedi hit it on the head. That's all they needed. That's all they needed. Let's take a
it
break,
doesn't
come
really
back,
matter
and then
in
go,
the
oh
end.
shit.
But it is a little bit nitpicky because it's not important. This isn't
Yeah,
important to
well,
the story.
well, then they wasted 30 seconds because then they need to show us
Neither
any
is
of that.
neither is who's
Again,
feeding the
what
cat.
you said
but they
earlier.
wasted
Yeah, neither
15 minutes
is the
on it.
You
cat.
didn't complain about them wasting time in this episode, and that's what you're complaining about.
Whatever.
Well, listen,
All right,
if
move
you
along.
complain about this, I got something to complain about the next parts that are coming up. I'll blame.
I'm really saying I'm enjoying it to this point. I think the art of the Covenant shit's a little bit whack or whatever, and there's a piece here, a piece there, but like all in all, I was expecting this to be slow and drawn out, and it wasn't. There is going to be a whack ass part coming up though.
Yeah.
So there we go. Then we get the first projection of the secondary planetary system, which we'll get into that some other time.
Yeah.
Not right now. Dom, here's another perfect opportunity. If you didn't come too early to your conclusion, you would have had it. She wakes up and decides to go outside to look at the stars
Hey,
for
you
some
gotta go
fucking
back for
reason.
Dom's butt shot.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. And then our girl decides to hold hands with the HK droid, and they're there. It's like, what the fuck? She's like, I better run back in. Now she runs back in. This is the part I couldn't get it because it kept going too fast. But when she gets a lightsaber, you know what's right next to the fucking lightsaber?
A gun.
Not just a gun. All her fucking armor, her helmet, and gun.
Well, listen.
What the
We had
fuck?
time to do all that. Probably.
Okay, but throw your fucking helmet on, grab the blaster pack, throw it on the back, and fuck. It doesn't take that long.
You skipped the scene when the droid came down and was fighting her. She's punching the droid with a bare hand. I'm like,
hey, buddy.
Yeah.
You want to add more scenes?
I'm
Yes,
just saying,
spend the 3 hours to cut this
I know,
fucking video,
no,
all right?
I'm just saying that's the scene that was.
I know, but you know what you have to do to cut a video, right? You got to cut the fucking video. You can't put the whole thing up there.
You want nitpicky? You know what somebody else pointed out to me when I was watching it?
What?
That she really needs to move because she's like over like the airplane, whatever they call the airplane zone, where apparently all the ships come in and wake her up.
Yeah. No, I did think it was ridiculous that they showed all that stuff and she didn't even grab her. I thought it would have been cooler if she put her helmet on at least and then grabbed the lightsaber. I thought that would have been cool, but whatever. They just wait till later. So then she gets in the fight, and it's actually a pretty decent fight. I'm glad they didn't make it too long. But once again,
Qui-Gon is crying.
You know,
Only dude that died.
Stupid.
How? Well, all right. She didn't get killed, stuck in the stomach area, her side. I can understand that, but it still doesn't make sense. The Inquisitor, Reva,
right through that right lung. That's for sure.
Come on.
what are you talking about? That's true. That's at least hitting a fucking lung. If not, that's killing your fucking intestines. By the way, if your intestines are gone, you fucking like it's really tough.
I'm beginning to think at this point, Qui-Gon just had like Qui-Gon had the bad medical droid that Padme did, where it's just like he lost the little.
True.
You could have done this fight 10 different ways where she gets her ass kicked every different way.
Where she gets her ass kicked and gets away with it. Yeah, you could.
That's all you had to do. You didn't have to do this.
You could have had Ahsoka just show up at the last minute, and when she shows up at the last minute, she shows up with Hera and a bunch of and Chopper and everything. It's she overpowers her, and she's got to take off. There's a bunch of shit you could have
chop her hand off like everybody else.
Well,
there's a bunch of shit
like
you
the
could have done.
lightsaber.
Well,
or
then
something.
again,
Well, hey, but then this is okay. So before we get to the next scene,
then again, think about it.
What?
That shows you that her training wasn't complete. That she really wasn't ready for this fight.
Also, how does she know?
Dom?
wait, Dom, hold the fuck on. Did we forget she trained with the fucking Darksaber and beat the fuck out of somebody who was trained to use it? Like, what do you mean she's not trained? Her training. Dave Filoni forgot what the fuck. Dave said, "Don't watch Rebels because the shit I'm about to do doesn't make any sense." Because out of all the Rebel people, she's the second best after Kanan Jarrus with the fucking lightsaber.
Well,
she's better than Ezra with a fucking lightsaber.
Oh, better than Ezra. You just promoted
better
better than Ezra.
What's that?
That's a rock group.
What's that so funny about? What's
no, I'm just saying that you
That's
said
the name of a band.
better than Ezra.
Singing.
That's the name of the band.
Whatever.
Better than Ezra.
What band?
Better than Ezra.
Better than Ezra.
Stop.
He's lost. Just keep going.
No,
Go.
we're not doing that.
Who's on
Only
first?
band I know is Max Rebo band. All
Oh,
right.
you know what's funny? He reminds me of Michael Keaton and freaking the other guys that TLC. He goes, "Who's that?"
What are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about? That's
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got a creep.
She's. Are we arguing that she's not better than Ezra?
No, she's not. She's not a popular '90s rock band.
No, she's not.
The fuck are you talking about? Was this a joke on your other show or some shit that I missed? I don't watch your guys' shows. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay,
No,
It's
it's
not-
not.
but this is the point. This is the point. This is the point. Hold on. This is the point. They could have fucked this up even worse than they did. Because okay, it's stupid, but they could. I thought we were going back a tank. I thought we were doing back a tank, and starting with the next
We could
episode,
talk for hours about.
it wasn't back a tank.
Flashbacks? Is that what you wanted?
I mean,
Back a
yeah, I
tank?
thought they were gonna do flashback
I
back a
was
tank.
on
They
the same
didn't
wavelength.
do that, so it's great. Instead, they
Yeah.
did this nonsense where a medical
Mysterious recovery.
where a medical droid mysteriously like healed her somehow. Yeah,
I didn't think like anybody else think like Ahsoka was gonna pull some sort of like Jedi magic, like healing magic or something there.
I thought she was
I
too.
actually
Yeah,
thought that too. I
I
actually
thought that too for a minute.
yeah. Considering she's got every other Jedi power now too, because she can go back.
Right.
She can feel the wave force now. All of a sudden,
She's like the Uber Jedi now. So
yeah, she's a lot. What are you talking about? That's you mean
In the
Tom
back
wanted
tank.
it. It was good living without you. Is that the song that was playing when she got
Yeah.
stabbed?
yes,
Oh, okay. Well,
no, that's better than
Fair
never
enough.
mind.
It's a better than Ezra
It's
song.
better than
Again,
Ezra.
not a
Oh my
compliment.
God. One more better than Ezra.
so then here I'm done with whatever fucking joke you guys are saying. So their medical droids were the ones that apparently saved her, or maybe it was Ahsoka doing the death save. But then we get back to this scene, also something we saw in the previews. But they go to the ruins, and she's like, "Here's the map," and then she comes out. There's
What do you guys think of this? What the fuck was this?
So she got the ball back. What was this? Where they used
Did
the
she have when we first ran into her? And did I just misremember that she had no Night Sister powers when we first fucking ran into her? Now all of a sudden
She
she's
does
a
have
Night
Night
Sister
Sister
witch.
No,
No,
I think you're right.
did it
I thought no, hold on. I didn't take it as her having I have it as, remember like the Night Sisters, if you watched Clone Wars, when they got closer to their temples and the planets, they started to produce, because there's that one Night Sister that was doing whatever. And then you had, what's her name? Ventress went there and she started getting more powerful. I think that's what it is. I don't think she has Night Sister powers.
So
I think
the
it's
location is.
I think it's the location.
Creating a green
I-
flame thing.
I
There are
took it
some
as the
Night Sisters-
location.
There are lots of Night Senders who couldn't have their power if they were away from Dathomir. Like Mary,
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
I
Mary
think
was
it's
one of the
right.
one of the ones that didn't have affected, but even her powers were less when she
Waning.
was-
That's true.
But wait a second, she says her ancestors, which that's what I'm saying. The temple. So the Night Sisters have been around since the dawn of time.
They've been around for a
We
long
don't know
time.
for
They've
sure.
been around for a long
So
time.
is that did they change something with that the Night Sisters are like
No.
around a long time, like the alien?
No, everybody
That's what I
said
thought.
they've been around.
Trying
for a
to
long
jump
time.
to.
What's the name of the clone?
Didn't
Wars?
we already
Like,
address
called
this
the
in the
father
beginning
and
when
the
I said
mother.
Dooku said they are an ancient
And no,
Sith using or ancient Force using thing? They're not
Ancient
quite
people,
Sith.
yeah.
It's been around for a very long time.
Yeah.
I don't know. And
There's no.
Why did some
Qualification.
video you watched tell you
No.
that it was new? Because it's not.
no. I'm not saying it's new. It's just that it's weird because there are things I watch too. I don't have to watch videos to look at things, but it kind of was a mysterious type of thing that it was an ancient Night Sister temple. How long have the Night Sisters been around?
A long ass
Long
A
time.
long
time, we
time. That's
knew
why
that.
it's ancient.
Ancient.
That's like saying,
Ancient.
Dom, it's like asking if the ancient Egyptians have been around since the dawn of time. We don't know.
Yeah,
but they're
every
still
time
ancient.
every time you saw one of the Dathomir guys, they've been around forever. Like it's supposed to be an old order. Like it's one of the old orders, just like the Throne or whatever the one was, the Tundra ones and all that. They've been around for a long time. They've been around since the High Republic.
Way
They've been
way
mentioned
before.
in the
I mean,
High Republic.
way before. We're talking
Yeah.
10,000 years. No
They've
big
been mentioned
deal.
in Old Republic. They've been mentioned in High Republic. They've been they've been mentioned in
Jedi went to go
The-
get his timeline so he could help us out.
yeah.
But let's
This book.
let's
the
be
timeline
clear.
book is out now. We can.
I'm gonna put some
The
drops in
Battle of
my eyes.
Dathomir was supposed to kill all
I thought you were getting your
all
timeline.
Night
Jedi.
Sisters.
I know you love
It
that.
was.
This is
Palpatine was just as effective in the Battle of Dathomir as he was in Order
66 because now they got
Neither
like
of them worked at all.
yeah, they got
Now,
so many Night Sisters. This is like
So it's a Night Sisters.
Third Night
You got
Sister,
Mira,
yeah.
Sisters
Mira's left.
everywhere, and there's Jedi everywhere that survive.
yeah, there's Jedi and Night Sister everywhere, which makes no fucking sense. Yeah.
All right. Now,
I,
Sounds like a
this
party.
thing, now this is
hold on. Now we'll get to this, people.
Yep.
Now this is one where they say that she starts talking about there's ancient people from distant galaxies. That's kind of fucked up. It did kind of remind me of the Yuzan Vong.
Yep.
And the Gris and the stuff that came out of the books, but like,
I was thinking Chiss the whole time.
were you thinking Chiss?
I don't think it's
I was thinking
just.
Chiss.
I don't think distant galaxies.
so
Why?
Just
Just
a
an
guy
alien
Because
that
I think
is
it's
a Vong.
past Chiss. I think it's past Chiss and no space. If you go past Chiss, then you have to go out to Vong and you have to go out to.
No, it's not even in the same galaxy. It's not even in that. I mean, the Vaughn could be from a different galaxy, or it could
They
be. the-
say no space, but no space isn't technically in the galaxy.
Did you
This
get
could be.
It's
Hold
technically in
on.
the galaxy.
This is
I
why
think we're
JJ
okay.
might be right on this. This is why JJ might be right on this. Because Dave doesn't seem to give a fuck about time or space
Exactly.
or any of that cover.
This-
So
yes,
no space could now. He'd be like, well, people won't understand no space.
You
But if
think-
I call it a
Dave's
different
gonna
galaxy,
care about Timothy Zahn's explanation of where the Chiss are in the galaxy? He doesn't
Yeah.
give a shit. If he's gonna
No, he don't
introduce
give a
the Chiss,
shit
he'll
then.
do it however
Listen,
the fuck
what-
he wants.
see what you just said, Marco. What they're about to say, time and space. That might be the world between worlds. Time and space. She said time before she said space and time. Time was first, so that means
Ugh.
we could be. It could be.
or that later on when they use a extremely high spoiler alert, fuck it, you're screwing the end up. But when they use that extremely large hyperdrive, because it takes so much fucking time to get out into some of these other galaxies in space, it could be that too, Dom.
It could be okay. I'm just saying it's kind of weird how
Several of those
how
extremely
it-
large hyperdrive.
It was extremely large hyperdrive.
It was.
Yeah, they needed more than one.
I guess my question was, do you think the galaxy is just no space and he's just fucking rewriting it so people can try to understand?
No, I think it's a completely different thing.
Interesting. JJ?
The way she explained it makes me think Chiss, but who the hell knows?
Yeah.
I
Well,
would
because
need
they
to
said
see
something
paper.
later. They said something later about the stories. Because they said something later. Well, we do see this. The Purgos going in circles and everything like that, which could be definitely a cycle chart. We saw them colliding, which was, this looked a lot like, like eclipses, like lunar eclipses and shit. Right?
Yeah, that's the way it looked. But I think it was more like aligning a path, I think, on the map.
But that's what I'm saying. Like when the
Traces on
sun and the
infinite
moon hit each other, they come around on a path type thing. That's kind of what I was thinking.
It seems
too.
like you have to like take the path. It's like a portal almost. Like you have to take the hyperspace path or whatever the hell it is at a
so that
certain
means
time.
that it could be something the world between worlds.
It's not the war between
No?
worlds. No.
I hope not.
I hope not.
You better hope it's not the world between worlds. But no, I think it's more like celestial passages, like when you get blood moons because Mars is close or whatever the shit, like galaxies going and that opens. They kind of did this. He actually did this kind of in Rebels with the brother, sister, father thing where it had to be like a complete link up of a
Well,
thing
it was
before.
in Clone Wars. The
Was that Clone Wars?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Clone Wars.
the brother Mortis.
Yeah, the Mortis thing.
Yeah.
Also, too, he's never really. What's 62, John? I don't know what he keeps saying 62.
I think that's how old Sticks
Oh,
is.
Sticks is.
How old is the old lady?
Yeah, I mean, obviously these are purgs that are going. I just figure it's a migration pattern. Whatever. The pathway to children. See, this is where JJ. This is where I think you are kind of right because when he talks about it, this is almost a description of the Chiss from the book, where he talks about a pathway that the children used to talk about, the Jedi children. By the way, they came. What's his name? Came down and saw Anakin before he turned into Darth Vader and stuff. There was a prequel where he came down really early and then came back later, and how they were talking about how they were traveling through space. That portion really did sound like the Chiss. It really sounded like it and how they traveled through space. And it would be at that point an old story because, well, Vader's already gone.
No,
But-
that was makes sense. He's talking about like an ancient story that the kids told one another.
But he was saying when he was a kid, which would be around the same time.
No, I think
he
he's
is
referring to
older
the
than
Jedi
Anakin.
children in general. I think he's like referring like if you
You
would
think
say
he's
like
older
it was
than
a
Anakin?
campfire
Yeah,
story.
he's
of
older
the
than
Jedi
Anakin.
children or something.
No, maybe.
This guy's older than Anakin.
Either way, time doesn't mean much to Filoni anyways. But I was just saying how they were explaining it. It did sound like Chiss, like the Chiss. I mean, because of how they travel through space. I mean,
I thought the
fucking
most
100%.
interesting part of this is the part where his Padawan seemingly starts to get worried. Anybody else notice that too?
Yeah, for sure.
Like she starts to worry a lot about what's going on here as far as like what exactly are we going to this distant place for, and like what do you mean this will find us power and all that stuff.
Yeah, because that's what he said. Well, then she's wondering why he's doing it. And then Morgan, the fucking ghost lady, leaves, and he says, "We're doing it for the power." And yeah, I think she is a little bit concerned. All right, then we get Ahsoka learning a new fucking force power somehow. Now she's got the force power of like feeling the past.
She can the objects like Cal Kestis, right? Cal Kestis is able to.
Yeah, I know, but he's
Or
pretty
Jeff
much
Goldblum in
collecting.
I kind of agree with Marco. That's a force power that is they call it psychometry. It's a force power that not everybody has, but
Yeah.
it's supposed to be like a
by the
special
way,
force power.
she's once again not been practicing because it has been stated many times. She's not practicing the way of the Jedi, but she seems to be.
Well, I had a question about that too. If she's not practicing the way of the Jedi, but her and Sabine were like master and apprentice, like what the hell was she trying to train Sabine?
Hold
in,
on,
man?
I'll get to that.
I have an idea for that too.
I'll go
It's
get
so
into
weird.
that.
I don't know.
So then they
I
come
We'll get
back.
into it later, but
She finds one of the HK heads, and they're like, "Oh, blah 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 blah," and my man here is like, "You're
I
gonna
like
blow us
Doctor Who
all
as a
up."
droid.
That was
Yeah.
funny though. I like the scene with Hera with Hera's hologram. Because you're a hologram.
David Tennant is a chief among men, and
Well, Joe likes psychopaths. We got it here first. All right, but yeah, I mean, I thought this was pretty good. I like this scene too. It was also pretty fast. It didn't take too long. They figured out where they had to go. They're like, "Look, this is a droid from where she was still building on. Where's Han from? Corellia,
His
right?
memory.
Yeah. So they're like, well, we got to go there real quickly. So she flies there. They get to show you a lot of plant. Once again, so fucking beautiful, man. They did such a good job with this. I was just jaw-dropping impressed. Even when you see the Phantom next to it, and then you see Hera again, and you see this dude, and you just know this guy's a fucking weasel, right?
He is a weasel.
We know this guy's a fucking weasel.
Always and everything. He's
Always a fucking weasel.
Mm.
She's gonna kill her master. Always a fucking weasel, and he's being a weasel, and she's like, "Look, we have this," and then all of a sudden we get the red fucking droid, and the whole inside's
snitch
painted
droid.
red. Huh?
Is the snitch droid?
Yeah, the snitch droid.
Who's that one, man? Yeah,
I'll give you
so
all the
right.
information you need.
Exactly.
Yep, gives it all the, and then all of a sudden we got she's looking outside. She sees the super hyperdrive, and we get long. Oh my god, I had other scenes like this, and I just don't want to keep belittling the point.
Well, you
of
didn't
how-
like the Hail Hydra moment where the guy had to
No.
yell for the Empire?
Yeah, he goes
before
for the Empire, cuts him off. But the movement, like when you still frame Ahsoka's movements, it looks really bad. So I decided not to do that because I don't want to drown that out all the time. Because I thought the
I
rest of
still
this was
think
really
Hera
good.
looks better here. Like I feel like in these scenes,
A little bit, maybe.
Hera looked a lot better to me.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't look like she fucking went to the Goodwill and bought her fucking bomber jacket. They put a little bit more on it. They made it a
And
little
she
bit
just-
less of a
She
bomber
just
jacket.
felt natural. Like she walked natural.
Yeah, agreed.
More
I'll give you that. Ahsoka still didn't look good here. So she fights off the whole thing. Then she's like, shit. She jumps outside. She sees Morek, who is a Inquisitor, and a couple HK droids.
Did you guys
That
like
was
the
actually,
stand
I
here?
like that fight scene. I like when he threw the thing behind her and she
Snake
knew what was going to
eyes.
happen. She knew it was going to come back.
You know, let me think about this. Think about this.
Think
All
about
right, we talk about Morak not being Star Killer, not being, it could be anybody. Cal Kestis, who the hell friggin' knows? Could be
It could
anybody.
just be Merrick.
It could be a brand
could
new
be.
character. But
He's
think
not
about
Cal
this.
Kestis.
Oh,
He's
that's good.
not.
I know it's not. I'm not saying it's Cal Kestis, but think about this.
You said he could be Cal Kestis.
It could
so
be
you
Cal
did
Kestis. It
say
could be
that.
anybody. We don't know who it is. Wouldn't it
We
be cool?
know he's not Cal Kestis.
Listen, wouldn't it be cool
No,
if it is Cal
stop.
Kestis? And I
Stop.
think-
No.
Listen to me. No, listen to me. Wouldn't it be
No, we listen. No, Dom, you can't say listen to me.
Let him
Say
finish
some
his
dumb
point.
shit
No,
and
I'm
then
just-
not let us respond to the dumb
All right,
shit
let
you
me
say.
finish what you said
Let him
before I
finish.
say
No,
it.
you did. You said, wouldn't it be cool if he was Cal
All right,
Kestis?
all right.
Okay,
Say-
answer's no.
All right, if it's Cal Kestis, at the end of this show, they give you a thing saying Jedi Survivor 3, where he becomes a dark side, and then you find out why he.
No, this shows that you don't play video games.
Well,
No, that
anyway,
would be
to
stupid.
make I'm just saying, the Master and Apprentice. Think about it. Balin and Shin.
You're off screen again. This isn't your show. We're not blocking you. Get back on screen. Where are you talking to? You're talking to who the fuck are you talking to?
So you guys.
Move back over. Move back over. Okay, there you go. Okay, there you go.
Exactly.
I'm saying that if you think about it,
Keep
Master and
going.
Apprentice,
All right.
Shin, freaking Balin and Shin, Mira, Kanan, and Ezra. If you really think about it.
No, the more I think about it, the more my head hurts. It's not three fucking people. What are you talking about?
Let me finish. You have.
You just asked a question. You stopped a statement with a question, and then you say, "Let me do that." You know how fucking frustrating that is. I'll tell you how frustrating it is. I'll answer my own question after I ask you a question. It's fucking frustrating.
Okay.
Don't ask the question then, and then go. Let me finish. Just wait. Wait to ask the question when you're done. Go.
Let me say everything, and then you can answer the question. Let me finish the whole thing I'm about to say.
What are you fucking saying?
That Balin and Shin mirror Kanan and Ezra.
You said this already.
All right, but Murrock, imagine Murrock. He figured he mirrors Ahsoka. He was the apprentice to Vader. That could be Vader's old apprentice. You don't know.
Yes, we do. What you just said, I haven't pulled this horse shit up in a while. But
Jedi,
here you go,
Jedi, help us
Dom.
out here, Jedi. You're good at communicating to Dom about this stuff. We need your help.
Hey, listen, Tack was a mess without Pete telling everybody what I was trying to say. Jedi, Pete's my interpreter. Jedi, you're his interpreter. Interpret what the fuck he just said.
I'm telling
No, Dom. We heard 3 times what you said.
I said it wrong. I'm going to say it where you can understand. That you have the mirror images of Cain and Ezra. You get the mirror in it that Merrick becomes the mirror image of Ahsoka. That maybe that was Vader's last apprentice before he died to fight Ahsoka. And you might find that out later on. That's what I'm saying.
Tom, before you continue that mirror
fuck?
thing, how does Ahsoka fit with Ezra and Kanan
Yeah.
No, I'm
at
just
all?
saying. No,
But Vader
No.
was the
You're
apprentice.
never three
I don't
together like
understand
they're
how
a team
Vader
of
could
three.
have an
Oh,
apprentice. He was the apprentice.
Vader's apprentice was Ahsoka.
was.
Yeah,
Okay.
Vader
But
has
he walked away.
nothing to do
Maybe
with
had a
Kanan
secret
or
apprentice.
Ezra.
That maybe could be Starkiller.
Wait, Dom,
Hey, you know on the ACT when you say which one of these doesn't add up, you know, like this is
Look,
this
I'm
is
saying
this is
that
this.
if
Are you
Then
saying-
your
no,
feet
wait,
is the answer.
wait.
Answer Dom.
No, let Jedi go. Let Jedi go. We asked Jedi.
I want to make sure I understand what Dom's saying. Are you saying that while Vader was the apprentice to Palpatine, he also had an apprentice under him? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
It doesn't work like that.
That's what he's saying.
Star Wars.
Eh,
It's Star Wars.
No.
well, he's not- wait. To defend Dom for 1 second, he's not
Yeah,
wrong.
Darth Maul.
That is how the legend story went. Is that Vader had a secret apprentice that Palpatine didn't know about.
Yeah.
All right.
Not current.
Again,
And by the way,
legend-
you have.
legend,
By the
not
way, you
canon.
also have like Duke. You also have the Maul situation
No, but
and the Dooku situation and the
you never know.
Ventress
You
situation.
never know who it could be. Like I'm just saying.
Well,
that
I know
he
we
did-
never
Yeah,
know, but
all
you're
right.
trying to make it.
We
fit
know
into
who it
something,
is.
saying
It's
that's what it
Murrock.
is.
More
Yeah,
on
but
it.
we
But
do.
why
But
is he
when we
wearing-
know who it is, why do we have
is
to
he
try to
covered
make?
up?
Listen,
Why don't you know who it is? Why is he covered up?
Because he's an Inquisitor, and that's how the fuck they
they
happen.
just
How
introduced
old
An
him.
Inquisitor. Yeah.
Well,
Because then what they could do, is sell. Hey, you want to know why?
History.
Hold on, because they could send merchandise on it, and then they could sell you something about the backstory of them.
Okay,
That's how Star Wars works.
I know.
Star Wars shows you somebody, and then right after it's done,
I'm
they come out with a
sticking-
book, a
I'm
novel
sticking
that
to
tells the
this.
backstory. It's how they always work.
I'm sticking to this.
No, you're sideways again. You're sticking to the fucking left side of the screen. That's what you're sticking to.
I keep moving. Yeah.
But I mean, if he's an Inquisitor, Inquisitors aren't apprentices; they're Inquisitors. So he's
No,
just an
he's not an
Inquisitor.
apprentice. He's an Inquisitor. No, but maybe he's. Think about it. He's powerful.
We did. Our minds fucking melted.
How do we know he's
stood up
powerful?
to
He's in one
Ahsoka.
lightsaber duel.
Hold on. Let him go because Jedi's trying to translate. Jedi, go ahead. Sorry. Go down. I'm sorry. Go.
No, I'm
Okay,
saying. I'm just saying that he stood up to Ahsoka. He fought Ahsoka. He could have got killed. She's a master now. The way she could have killed him in a heartbeat.
She's
She
not a
was
master. She's
Well,
a Padawan.
well, the fact is that she's
She's a Padawan.
well. Make a long story short, she is more powerful
Who is she?
now.
We're talking about Ahsoka.
Ahsoka
Yeah.
is more powerful than Murrock, but he
How
had
do you-
his own
apparently
against-
not.
You don't know who he is. How can you
That's
say
what I'm
he's
trying
more
to say.
powerful?
That's what.
What if he? Wait, hold on. What if? Because a lot of Inquisitors were Jedi Knights
What?
or
What if
Jedi
he
Masters.
What if
Which,
Ahsoka
by the way,
needed
hold
to
on.
get
Time
away?
out, Wayseeker. Let's be real. Ahsoka Tano, no matter what Dave wants to call her, the highest fucking rank she's ever been is what?
Padawan.
Thank you very much.
But she
Inquisitors, hold on, Dom. I let you go with your 80 questions. Here we go, because now I'm going to drop some Star Wars knowledge on you.
Right.
Inquisitors, what's the highest rank an Inquisitor could have
I
been?
Marco's
Master.
argument doesn't make sense because
When?
she's still
Master, a master. So if this is a master Jedi that got turned into Inquisitor, then your
bypassing
whole
the
point
fact
is
that
mute.
Luke, with his academy, could have fucking
No.
raised her
She
rank.
needed Marok to go away because they needed to go back to the next planet. She couldn't kill Marok here. She needs Marok to
Yes.
escape.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's
That's
the-
what
Oh,
I was
that
gonna
also,
say.
yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. Is since we're playing the maybe this and maybe that game.
Sorry, I
the
took it too
reason-
seriously.
Maybe the reason she didn't kill this guy right away is because she needed him alive to find out what to interrogate.
Yeah, because she obviously knew, because you saw this. I thought it was really cool where she just the blade was coming back. She just went whoop, and it went
You
past
notice
her.
he stands like he's jacked up though.
I expected
Every time he's
Ahsoka
standing,
to
like his
force
one
catch
shoulder
the.
jacked.
I expected Ahsoka to force catch the ship like she's done before. To be honest with you, when she was walking up there, I thought she was going to force catch it, but that didn't happen. So,
well, so that hyperdrive is huge, by the way. Anyway, so yeah, so now that we've got, I took a couple of these scenes because I really thought obviously here's another bad shot of her with a terrible motion, but like it was shot well. It was shot well. He escapes, he gets away.
Steph Green was really good directing this. Episode 2 is much better than episode 1 directed wise.
Hera, I still looks like she's got green paint on her face. She goes after him. They're gonna throw a homing device. Chopper. I like him. I like. Yeah, this shit was hilarious. I thought it was great. I thought going through my shit. I loved it, dude. Chopper was fucking great. Chopper was the old Chopper. We have 41 comments, and sorry I'm behind, guys.
By the way, I do have a question about Chopper.
Yeah.
Because I didn't go back and watch the old Rebels like you told us to. Could we? Because you could understand Chopper. Apparently. You can understand Chopper here. I mean, you can understand what he's saying. Yeah. Could you understand him like that in the Rebels anime?
A little bit. Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes.
Yes.
Actually, there's pretty hilarious. Like you ever watched like the lip reading NFL like clips where they put the lip dubs on them? They do that for Chopper. There's some of those clips on YouTube for Chopper where they put in like subtitles of what he's saying, which is obviously not quite exactly what it is, but it's pretty close. But
what the fuck? Does he say what the fuck?
It's kind of like Kenny from South Park. Yeah. Like, you can't always understand him, but you sometimes can.
They did a great job with this. I mean, like I was once again. There's bad part. Oh, here she comes back to this is what Dob was saying earlier. The Wolf Cat was there after she got stabbed for however
much. If the cat would have been dead, it would have been hilarious.
It was only a day and a half. The cat's gonna be fine for a day and a half, but now she's going off planet.
How do you know she didn't just kick that bitch over the edge? She got to redo her.
She's not heartless like you.
Somebody's watching the cat for her.
The cat could jump down that long.
She just fed the cat. Yeah. And then it's going for like a day.
So she puts out her armor, which is kind of cool. We get to see that she's got the purg thing there for some reason because
that damn knife cut
the little space dolphin things, the little whales, the space whales, Purgles. I mean, the brother sister thing doesn't make sense because she's still pining for some of that sweet Ezra love. Then she does her little prayer ceremony where she cuts her hair.
Can we stop ripping off samurai movies?
No, that's what Star Wars is. But yeah, it is a little bit too strong on it. Yeah,
it is way too strong, dude. This is like again, like they almost got nailed for ripping off Lone Wolf and Cub shot for shot. Yeah. Like this is pretty damn close to a lot of other samurai movies shot.
There
for
is.
Shot. And just stop.
Just stop.
Like, listen, that's one strong knife. Cut her hair really quick.
Yeah, I mean it was, but it's okay. Once again, the one part that the series moved fast, so they got this guy under arrest. They got everything going on. She does the little tasty. They're like, oh, there's another
ending of Rebels, which is awesome.
No, I don't think it is the ending.
No, because they're dressed differently.
No,
I mean she's in her armor, but Ahsoka's not in a white cloak.
This is the ending of Rebels.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It might not be there, Dom.
I think the ending of Rebels
looking at the mirror.
A scene that happened when they were training.
It was when she started to train with us.
It was definitely an homage to the Rebels.
You don't know what. No, it's not. It is the exact scene.
Go back, Dom. Go back to the ending of Rebels and tell me what Ahsoka's wearing.
There's a long period of time you don't know what happened. Why she trained.
We know Jake is saying that scene was really, really young. No. It doesn't fit.
No, it does fit. This fits.
Different color hair too. Different color hair too.
Because of cartoon, the cartoon,
and different color armor, and different color armor. She didn't put the purg on it.
Entirely different color robes,
and different color robes, and different color staff.
No staff.
So go ahead. Go ahead, Jedi. What else? Jedi can talk.
I mean, I can't prove it because I can go back and watch, but I think the dialogue was different too.
It was
not that it has to be identical to be the same.
No dialogue at the end. She was looking at. She was standing there with the staff in the cartoon. They're looking at each other. They just put dialogue. Oh, nice haircut.
No, she said, "It's time for us."
There was dialogue in the cartoon.
She was narrating after the battle. After that, they're gonna go find Ezra now.
But Dom, what would make more sense? the fact that they do a similar situation again as she's
and they looked animated
under Ahsoka, or that this is the exact same scene that doesn't quite match and doesn't quite fit time-wise in any sense of the word, that's what this is.
Mando was before this. Mando was before this with the staff.
No, I think it's just. I think Ahsoka knew where to find her, and that's what.
All right, hold on. This is the same exact scene they did in live action now, and I'm telling you, I'm not.
All right. Well, once again, moving on for that because then the whole thing. What I could let everything pass. I could let everything go. I was great. This was an A++ 2 episodes until this fucking scene.
Really? You thought everything was great until this scene?
Yeah, I had no problem. I had no problem with it. I had absolutely no problem with it.
You don't mind the come on.
Didn't mind any of it. No, didn't mind fucking any of it. Till this fucking scene.
What?
Or what she said. Because
why would you take over, apprentice?
Take over.
No, call her Padawan.
So I went to the Star Wars definition of the Star Wars dictionary, or Padawan, and I decided to look up what a fucking Padawan is. Padawan learner, Padawan apprentice. It's a Jedi apprentice. Was the stage of the Jedi training where the Force sensitive, which Sabine is not Force sensitive, of the Jedi Order trained under a Jedi Knight or Master. Once again, something fucking Ahsoka's not, and Dave can't get that simple shit through his head. She is not a fucking Jedi Master. She is not a fucking Jedi Knight. She's actually a Padawan. And fucking, there's no way in shit because Sabine is not Force anything at all.
She's Dave Filoni's creation, therefore she's whatever the fuck he wants her to be.
Yeah.
Well, okay,
but that's not the definition of what this is. She can't be whatever the fuck he wants it to be.
What about the argument
that Dave Filoni never does?
What about the argument that she is just as much a Jedi Master as Luke?
Exactly.
Can you make that? I mean, Luke.
Once again, I always question how the fuck he got to be a Jedi Master.
Can't we also make the point that words can change over time?
I agree.
That was the definition of this during the time.
Except for that during this time, except for
either, so she doesn't follow the Jedi rules.
Yeah, she doesn't. At least Luke was following the Jedi code. He was trying to do it. He went back and he got they actually, for those people that don't read the comics and don't read the novels, Luke went back and at least tried to get the diaries. He did go to the temples. He did all the studying. He did all that shit. Ahsoka Tano didn't. Ahsoka Tano went and played tiddlywinks with 2 chicks on a farm, then hung out in a city for a little bit, and she repaired a couple droids.
No, she didn't do any of that. Remember, we changed it.
We changed that. She didn't do any of that then. She didn't do any of that shit. Yeah. She did nothing.
She's not a Jedi, so why she can use whatever language she wants. She says she's not a Jedi. I don't have a problem with it.
To me, I think the language wasn't the problem hanging out for me. It's like the question I got asked like a billion times was whether or not Sabine is Force sensitive, and it's like the answer is no that we know so far. Like obviously,
well, they even said the robot even said she was Force
sensitive is 0 or whatever.
Yeah, which is 0. I mean, when they say everybody can be a Jedi, that's cool, or everybody has
to me that was the best scene. One of the best scenes, other than Chopper. I like droids, but I thought that was probably one of the best scenes in here. Is when Sabine is talking to Hu Yang, or however you say it, and basically saying, "Hey, where do I rank among the Padawans or whatever?" He goes, "No, you suck. You suck."
Yeah, I wouldn't have wasted my time.
I wouldn't have wasted my time. Which kind of makes me wonder why are they continuing with this narrative of Ahsoka training her? She's not Jedi. Yeah. If she is, I'd love to see her on the spectrum. I think Chewbacca might have more Force sensitive.
Yeah, at least Rey was Force sensitive. There's a difference between Rey and Sabine.
I think it's going Church of the Force, and Church of the Force believes anybody can be, whether you can use the Force or not. Well, doesn't have the Force. Everybody has the Force, but just only some people can use it.
He's using throwback rules to Legends, where there's throwback rules in Legends that if you went through a trial. Even if you weren't Force sensitive as an adult, if you went through a trial, you would basically
there were certain ones, right?
Bring out your Force sensitive abilities as an adult, and therefore.
By the way, this actually isn't true either because Luke has got he is actually training Jedi. There is the order. He is not. Kylo Ren hasn't burned the shit down yet.
Can't he now start handing out qualifications? And considering she brought Grogu to him, don't you think somewhere along the line?
When Marco brings up the definition, the part that makes her not a Padawan is the part that she's not Force sensitive.
My whole point is she's not Force sensitive. The rest of it doesn't matter. Even if you get past all the other shit, she's not Force sensitive. She can't.
It doesn't
be
have to be. If you're Church of the Force, you don't have to be Force
The
sensitive.
Church of the Force doesn't fucking exist.
It does too, because Santika is a Church of the Force, and that's your favorite person in the movies. It is around in this time period. That is what Santika is.
The Santikas actually had
absolute hell out of everybody, though.
Yeah.
If you just
there's no way you're doing that.
You know, you can be a Jedi if you really will yourself to be a Jedi. Like, this isn't an anime.
Yeah, it's a born again version. Hey, it's a born again virgin situation. That's what this is. Okay.
The frustrating thing
there are
to me
other
is
sects out there that don't believe what the Jedi believe, and you can have similar understandings of like Padawan or whatever, and you don't have to actually.
You think that? Do you think now you're look? You're trying to put that into narrative. That's not what they're doing here. They're trying to say that you could just do that. Go ahead, Jedi. What were you gonna say?
No, the frustrating thing, I guess, if you let it frustrate you, is Ahsoka seems to take every opportunity to say she's not a Jedi. She doesn't follow the Jedi ways. So why is she adhering to this Padawan apprentice construct if she doesn't even think that she is a Jedi?
Why not just call her an apprentice? Like, if she wants her to be an agent like Fulcrum, kind of like type her thing that she is. Like,
perfect.
Why doesn't not just call her an apprentice instead of a Padawan?
It's different.
Why are you getting
because a Padawan is specifically to the Jedi religion.
I can't have a Padawan as a plumber.
Yeah.
You also didn't take it that she might have said it with a little bit of snark.
Well, think about it. Now Ahsoka has an apprentice in Sabine. Sabine is the her Padawan, so that means Grogu is the Padawan in Jaren. So they just
she's not a Padawan.
That's the change. Changing the.
She can't be he can't be a Padawan to
too much into it. I think the whole thing was a second setup for
the way things are now
between her and Shin again.
Filoni's changing history in front of us.
Either way, so then all of a sudden we get to see this great ring that looks like it's going to go into hyperspace because it's got a huge engine on it.
I guarantee you there'll be like a fight between her and Shin later on, and there'll be a line where I am a Padawan or something along those lines.
Oh man, I ended up cutting off the thing. Shin does have a fucking Padawan braid, by the way.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking put it in one of the things. I must have erased it off.
It's in the trailer too.
No, yeah. I mean, you see it all the time on her. I made something that had a symbol that showed it better or whatever. But anyway, so they're on the ship. This is the ship that they made to travel through the thing. The Eye of Sion. Isn't that Pete? Isn't the Eye of Sion the thing that's in that fucking movie with the little dwarfs that you love?
No, that's Sauron.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking it's Sion from Darth Sion, but JD doesn't think it's Darth
He's
Sion.
a little dwarf. I thought he was going to say Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
No.
You don't think it's referring to Darth Sion from Legends?
No.
Are you talking about the blonde? Yeah, that's what's her name. We just talked about her. She got the Padawan thing.
Why not, JJ? Why would they use it if it's not Darth Sion?
There's no connection there for it, though.
There's just no connection, yeah.
Why would it be just Darth Sion?
The Planet Eater?
Talk about ancient stuff.
But he's the one who tries to
They
live
can do whatever the hell
forever.
they want.
Well,
Darth Sion's the one that tries to live forever and hunts down all the different ways to be immortal. So maybe
but I don't think you can. I don't think you can fix that.
is one of his ways of getting to the immortal.
But like, why? Where's the connection to these people that are building the ship? And to like, I mean, does she want immortality? Maybe I don't know. Maybe that would be it. I don't know.
Yeah, Shin.
Power. I mean, we talked about the great power. Maybe the power is
Yeah.
immortality.
Yeah, that could be it.
Now
It could be an
all
immortality.
shifty. Got that lean.
But I don't know. Filoni's sneaky with Legends. Like, if there is like a Darth Sion type character, I don't think he'll be like Darth Sion. It'll be like Balin goes to the dark side or something like that. I don't know. But
Balin, he's on the edge, but he's not dark. But I got a feeling that it all said and done. I want him to live. He is the best part of the show. Him and Shin.
I'll say this: now that we're towards the end, like clearly best actor in the series, at least out of these two episodes we've seen so far, was Ray Stevenson.
Yeah. I'll actually say this. I think all of them, unfortunately, are better than Ahsoka. The title name of the show is probably, and it's not her fault.
I don't even know if the show's really about Ahsoka at this point.
Yeah, well, like I said, it's Rebel season 5.
It is
a couple weeks ago,
Yep.
and it should be. But like, I just think I actually thought all the new characters they brought in. I thought besides Hera's makeup and stuff, they did a really good job. Sabine was Sabine. Like she didn't look like it, but she was Sabine. Same thing with
I like
Hera.
the fact that it's not just
Chopper's
following
great.
Ahsoka. I like seeing what Balin and those guys are up to. I like seeing Sabine do her own. Like I like that we're seeing different people doing different things.
The loaf cat carried. DMT. No, I mean,
while we're on that topic, about so I agree. I think Ray Stevenson was great. I think obviously Chopper and Hu Yang or whatever were the best of the Rebel or the Republic side. I agree. I think Rosario. I've said it from the very beginning. It's not taking anything away from her acting ability or her acting chops. She is not a good Ahsoka. She still is not a good Ahsoka. She's just not. It's just not. And people, I mean, you can say, well, she could be, but they're not letting her. I disagree with that. I mean, there's some things that actors can't reach, and I think she just can't reach Ahsoka levels. I thought Natasha, the actress, she was a try-hard. I think she was. I thought it was evident that she was. It looked like she was just trying too hard to be kind of snotty and stubborn and defiant.
Too bratty.
I didn't like.
In the beginning, I think she got better direction later, but it's okay.
And I wish the only thing about Hera, other than what we've already talked about, and this is just Jedi would have liked to have seen this, but I know some time has passed. I would have liked to have seen a little sadness for what she had lost in Kanan. I don't think we didn't see any of that. She's just like,
agreed.
It's just nothing. It's just like, it's like, I
thought the whole thing.
I think maybe when we see
it's a little emotionless in general, as far as like from what we know from Rebels, and I get that you don't have to like have all these callbacks to Rebels, but at the same time, like everybody seemed really detached from the events of Rebels, with except for
it was everywhere. Except for literally,
it was everywhere.
Rebels in the background, it was everywhere.
Sabine wasn't that way though, JJ. I mean, Sabine was watching the Ezra hologram, and you got the sense like she watched it every day.
But like, even Ahsoka, like there was like no emotion when she saw that image of Ezra.
Well, she doesn't have a
hologram or whatever.
So I think that's it too. I think
you're no emotion there.
So, well, I mean, how emotional do you think Dave is? He's not. It doesn't look like he's somebody who has a lot of personal emotional connections with people. No offense, but I will say this: I think the emotional connection on this one was supposed to be between Sabine and Ahsoka, even though it was weak fucking sauce, and Sabine and Ezra. That's how they did that. And I think we're going to see. Oh, hold on, JJ. Let me finish, please. Let me see. Right. And then I think what they're going to do is try to do another Sabine and Ezra next time, and we're going to also get, because we're going to get Jason, the kid of Hera, whatever, and that'll be the little emotional scene there. So we'll probably get it 1 or 2 at a time. I mean, what, you don't think so?
I don't think we'll get in.
I'm sorry, I know the actress actually, she doesn't have that much range. She is kind of flat like that.
Oh, really?
Didn't you remember she was in Birds of Prey?
Yeah.
No, I mean that's really unfortunate. I mean, I know people. It seems like are saying. Like they're saying
she's just
like
she's just low key. She was Ramona Flowers and Scott Pilgrim. It's like that's her range.
Oh, that's who that was. Okay,
that's
kind of
flat. That's what I mean. Yeah. It reads as
that's who that was. Okay, I know
that's how she is. That's
but like Dom's saying, like, oh, they got nice asses. That's great, but it'd be good if they could act. Like, no offense, like everybody's saying they're good, but I think
I know. Listen.
No, you know what? That's what you said. So, like, I'm just saying. Hold on. Let me finish now. That wasn't a question. That was a statement. So I wasn't finished. My point is, like, if someone could act a little bit better, I think it would improve it. But the pace of the two shows are probably the fastest I've seen live action series pace so far. So
I agree with that.
I'm okay right now. I'm in a place of being okay.
I agree. But that's why I don't think the MacGuffin bits that you guys are hanging up on. How'd you solve it so fast?
Yeah.
That part's secondary.
Yeah,
You're moving the story. It's unimportant. We're just going, just moving. That's all. So let's not nitpick everything.
But go ahead, JJ. I cut off JJ. Go ahead.
Well, as a whole, when you look at it as a whole, I don't know that we moved the chains that much in these first 2 episodes compared to what we're thinking. Because at the end, you basically end up where you started, right? Which was her and Sabine going on an adventure. Like we spent 2 episodes to know the one plot line of the story, like, which I get. There's always exposition in there, but I'm not sure the exposition lands with people that don't know a lot about Rebels, or that maybe it did. I don't know, because I didn't break out the clipboard like Marco does or something to it. But I wonder if that exposition that they had in all these first 2 episodes really landed for everybody that is not invested in Star Wars so much.
Yeah. Well, my wife followed along pretty well, and she didn't watch all of Rebels. She asked a few questions clarifying, but.
My wife sat down to watch it with me, and she got about like 5 minutes into it, and she says, "Where's Omega?" And I was like, "Oh, stop."
That's what Dom's asking as well. So I'd be like, "Yeah, where's Omega?"
I'm just telling you, why is it so hard to understand that Dave Filoni changes things, and also puts the same thing? That ending mural is the mural that ended Rebels.
Why are you so hung up on this?
Because I want to be right.
But what does it matter?
Because it makes me feel like makes me feel good.
What's the difference? It doesn't have to be the same exact scene. It could be just similar. Like, hey, they're doing this again.
I'll say it. I'm wrong all the fucking time. I don't even care. I just go forward.
I mean, everybody has that one thing. Everybody has something that nags them, and that nags Dom. I mean, like, I know Pete was saying this doesn't matter because it moves the story, or it doesn't because we're moving on with the story. But yet, I reflect back to Obi-Wan when we talked about the fucking whale out in the middle, cutting up the whale, and how's that meat still good? Blah blah blah. We talked about that for like 30 minutes or whatever. It didn't matter.
We nitpick the hell out of Obi-Wan. So
well, listen, I'm just hoping. Look,
Obi-Wan gave us time to nitpick it.
I just hope, please, for the love of God, that Murrock is not from the friggin' future. That they went from the future. I'm just saying. No,
he's coming from every direction now. The past, the future, the present.
I fucking hope he's not from the future.
No, I'm just saying that somebody said in the chat. No, I'm just saying the fact that I hope it's not that they went back in time. They went to the future.
I think they fucking better not. I totally agree with you. They do that shit.
They have to do that, Dom. They're not. There's nothing in this show that leads you to that.
No, I'm just saying.
I think it's a world between worlds, and they reached over to Earth and they grabbed Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe and put him into
put him in.
Hey,
they named him after the elephant.
No, where do you come up with this stuff? I really can't imagine.
Someone just said that in the chat, and I hope it's not true. Like in the chat, they just said,
"Oh, that is from the future."
Yeah, they said that Murrock was taken from the future, a future time.
I think people are worrying far too much about who Murrock is. Like I think Murrock's gonna die in like episode 5. We're not gonna give a shit.
Jerome in the chat, I watched something, and I'm not giving it any credit other than I know Jerome likes Hondo. I saw some guy on the internet just swearing that we're going to get Hondo before the end of the season.
We should.
I hope we do. Just because I like.
I don't think
he did it. The guy pulled a Dom. He said, "I guarantee we're getting Hondo." In this. I was like, "Okay, we'll see."
No, look. All kidding aside, I just hope that look, I'm telling you, so far, I love the 2 episodes. All right, there was a little slow pace here and there, but the action. I really enjoyed the characters. Ray Stevenson's character, Balin. I hope they make a book or a comic on him from the past. I really want to know who
I would
he
like
is.
to know his background.
Exactly. I really love that character. And even though I know Shin, people talk about that, the way she's looking this and that, I like her character. She's mysterious too. I'm telling you, those 3 characters are the best part right now to me.
Yeah, absolutely. They're the most interesting part of the series after 2 episodes. Yes,
and I want to see more of them. And I really hope that again. I hope that Ray Stevens died. I hope he dies in the series because it'd be a shame to have him live and we'll never see.
I don't know what this is. What this nonsense you keep saying this for? It's just nonsense. After that, it's just nonsense. Like the guy's dead. We get it.
About Murrock, you know what? I wonder for Murrock if he has like some sort of deeper connection to. Everybody's like, oh, he's this character, he's that character back from the past. I was wondering if he's a character we don't know, but has a deeper connection to Balin and or Shin, and the fact that that's why they're working.
Yeah,
together.
what if it was? What if it was Balin's apprentice?
Balin's apprentice, or
his master. It could be one of those 2. Yeah. I
don't know.
Yeah,
I think they're different.
Really can't get into Andrew. I like it, Reef.
Yes,
I think Balin and Shin.
Hey, Zach.
The line that Balin had about killing a Jedi would be
add it, Pete.
Or whatever the line was.
It doesn't let me add.
I don't think Balin is anything more than a mercenary. He's not a dark side. He's not a light side. He's just a mercenary that's doing his own thing. While the one is an Inquisitor. So I think they're on 2 different spectrums of why they're doing this.
Balin's always in that gray area, which makes me wonder if at some point.
I can't add it, but I can share it before I leave.
Because normally, even as we see with Ahsoka and all that, even when they fall off the path of the Jedi and they move forward, like they're still on the path of Jedi in one way or another. I almost wondered in Balin's case if it wasn't like his apprentice fell to the dark side, became an Inquisitor, and that's kind of why he's on this mercenary path of what it is.
Hey,
imagine there was another sign that
hopefully the sound comes through.
All right, hold on real quickly. We have about this review. We have a very special message from a very special somebody who pre-reviewed this. Pete will add it in right now. Pete, if you could you add it in?
Oh, damn.
Press the play button, dude.
I'm trying to, but it's not on the screen.
This is like 240p.
That sound. Oh, you didn't get it. It screwed up, Pete. Put it in the closed caption. This did not work.
Nope.
You can't
All right, so we're gonna do it. No, hold on. Don't worry about it. We got it here. I got the sound for this.
How old? There's no sound. I can do the closed caption.
It's from last week.
It's from last week.
I can hear the sound. You can't hear it.
No, I can't hear it.
No, you can hear it
Oh,
when you played it back. It's really soft.
Bad sexual lover. Like Thrawn would just be such a bad sexual lover.
God.
Thrawn would just be such a bad sexual lover. Thrawn would just be such a bad sexual lover.
All right. Thank you, TMNT guy. That's what I was supposed to be saying. Great review, Waysinger. Great review there, buddy.
How do you know he's a bad sexual lover, son?
How the fuck did you? I don't know how they did that, but it was great. All right.
And listen,
Either way,
we can get the Balin shit.
It's true. It's 100% true.
Circle jerk each other by stabbing each other with the lightsaber, or killing each other. Do like a scream moment where they're stabbing each other and kill each other. But who knows?
all right. So who hasn't gone so far with their review endings? Has everybody told what they thought?
I'll give a number. I think it was a 7.5. For me, it was a good start. Episode 2 is better than episode 1 by far to me.
I'm super glad at two things. Okay. Like I told you guys, I enjoyed almost the whole thing. I do have a little, like, there's a little nitpicky stuff, and I don't like that. But like, I think Waysinger's right. 7.5. It very fast paced, very beautiful to watch. Every character was great. We have our problems with Ahsoka, but that problem's not going anywhere. We've seen that problem now 2 different times. So if you don't like the way she moves and the way she acts with the character, don't watch the fucking show if you can't get over it, right?
Hasn't she been directed by Filoni every time?
She has, but not that last one. It was Green that directed her. So I mean, it's not like every
I
time.
think she actually was a little bit better in the second one.
Oh, there were some pause scenes that I had where I was like, "Oh shit, this is still old woman trying to do fucking tricks." But
sometimes you
either
get what
way,
you asked for, and that's what we got. So
yeah, it is. Hey, it is what we get. What we asked for. A little bit better writing, but you know, there was not, you guys, 3-4 years ago, there was not a bigger stand for Filoni than me. I used to always say, in Dave we trust, and Dave we trust, and Dave we trust.
Yep.
Obviously, I'm off the in Dave we trust fucking thing because I don't trust him that much anymore. Well, hey, this show's fucking good to decent. I know that when I was watching it with some normies, they had a couple questions and they would probably rank it a 5 out of 10.
I got a question.
Not 7.5, but I got 7.5 on it too. Go ahead, Jedi.
So I have a question. So I agree with Wayseeker. I probably 7.5. I agree with that. So I'm going to go back to the article that Wayseeker put in there, where one of the last paragraphs, it basically says, paraphrasing, Andor is the new standard. Okay, apparently we rate everything against Andor now, and that just is what it is. So just a quick question. If we had never seen Andor and Andor wasn't the gold standard now, would you still rate this a 7.5? Are you ranking this against Andor, or are you just ranking it?
Well, if we're ranking it against Book of Boba Fett,
it's a 10.
I was about to say that.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying there.
No, it's right. That's a good question.
No, that's a legit question, because if Andor didn't exist,
it's in the article that Andor is the standard now, and this is
no, and I can see that, but I personally, you guys give 7, 7.5. I actually more of an 8 because I was just entertained by it. I was just enjoying watching it. I thought the special effects were great. The story was just moving at a clip that I liked. I was into the story. I liked the characters. Yes, I can nitpick some things and some acting moments and things like that, but wasn't that big a deal. Even against Andor, because this show has a different vibe than Andor. Right. So I can appreciate taking a different angle on things and still enjoy them both. I still think Andor is better, but I still would put this at about an 8.
So
I might I don't know if I would be like, this is a 10.
Now, see, so I differ a little bit. If Andor didn't exist, I think it would be an 8.5. But out of this genre, out of the Jedi and the Star Wars genre, like not Andor, you don't take it as like a lightsaber area.
Andor's political kind of.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
it's a little bit different.
Intrigue.
If you get rid of Andor, you take Andor of this genre, of all the Jedi genre that you have, this is by far the best Jedi genre live action. 100%. 100%. Not even close. Yeah. It's not fucking even close. Huh?
Jedi drama live action.
You only had 2, right?
Yeah.
No, you had Obi. You had, I consider all the Mandalorian shit it.
That's not Jedi.
I consider Mandalorian Jedi.
Well, what's Grogu? What's Grogu? He's it is part of the Jedi lore.
He occasionally uses Force.
They brought the Darksaber. They had Luke Skywalker in it. They had Ahsoka in it.
He's a merchandise mover.
Well, okay. So now we're just fucking. My point.
I don't know. I get what you're saying, but to me, they're not the main. They're not the main characters. But that's a rabbit hole we don't have to go down. To me,
I do think a comparison against Mandalorian is more fair. To me, it's unfair to compare.
I think that's what he's doing, and he's just saying it's still.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I was doing.
Mandalorian season 1 is better. We've only seen 2 episodes, but I would rank Mandalorian season 1 above what I've seen in Ahsoka so far, personally.
Yeah, I'd say so too. But again, I think it's unfair to Jedi's central question. I think it's unfair to compare Andor to other Star Wars shows. Andor is not really a Star Wars show. Yes, it is a Star Wars show, but my gist of it is the fact that it wasn't filmed like the other Star Wars shows. It didn't play out like the other Star Wars shows. The characters are not the same. There's no Jedi. There's no. It's about political intrigue and building up things.
Yeah, that's
it's very slow burn.
Mandalorian is more space.
12 episodes. None of the other
more
series
space
samurai.
They got different vibes.
Wait. I know Pete. I know you just didn't say one space western and one space samurai, and act like those are 2 different fucking things.
Yeah, kind of.
You want that one back?
He's walking it back.
I didn't freeze because y'all motherfuckers say the same thing. All right, okay, go ahead.
But the point is, there's neither one of those things in Andor. It's
yeah. That's why I was clubbing Andor outside of all the rest of the shit. Okay.
Yeah, it's outside the circle, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm more pointing off the bounty hunter angle of Mandalorian is more like a gun-toting bounty hunter, if you will, whereas an honor guard coded samurai it's a different.
I mean, when one was doing Lone Wolf and Cub, which is a
I know. Yes, there's genre crossing, obviously. But what I'm saying, at the heart of it, you're talking about a mercenary versus
the Lone Wolf and Cub was actually
almost a religious sect. Like it's just a different flavor. That's all.
Yeah, cool. I just feel this is more of the flavor of Mandalorian. It's all the same flavor over there. So, but yeah, cool. I mean, what do you have, JJ? You giving this a 5?
No, I'd say I want to say 7, maybe 6.5. I'll say thank God they did a 2-episode drop. I think if they didn't do a 2-episode drop, my score would be much lower than like a 7.
I agree. I think it was perfect. The 2-episode drop was pretty.
The 2-episode drop was a savior for this thing because if it was a 1-episode drop, I'd probably be at a 5. Just because that first episode was just weird and dragged, and you talk about pacing. The pacing of the first episode was the problem, and then as you clipped into the second, it was fine. So,
but give Steph Green a lot more directing stuff because she's done some really good. She did the only Book of Boba Fett episode that was worth anything.
Steph is Stephanie, not Steph as in Steph.
What?
Steph is Stephanie. I know.
Stephanie.
I didn't.
But Steph,
not like Steph Curry. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She did the train episode. She did a good episode of Mando season 3. She's doing
this. I don't know what's wrong with you.
She's doing next week as well for Ahsoka. So
no, I see where Reef is coming from, and that's because I said the same thing when we were reviewing Andor. So to Reef, I would just say push through it. First 2 episodes.
Yeah, you got to get past the first 3.
Yeah.
Of Andor, those 3 were like one section. Once you get past that, it starts to move.
Airboy, westerns are based off of the old samurai stuff. So if you're saying it's western, then you're saying it's based off of samurai stuff, which this had a lot of the same.
All right, well, enough on that. Before I go, I want Dom's number because we didn't get Dom's number.
Oh, what's Dom for? What he grades set?
For these. We
Damn!
I want a number. We all gave numbers.
No, listen, I'm going to give it 7 for the first episode and an 8.5 for the second episode. Because
I'm doing them separate.
No, I know, but you know what? I reviewed 2 separate episodes, but anyway, if you put it, I give it a solid 8. If you give
it so Dom, this show's saving Disney and Star Wars.
8. There you go.
Pull up the map. Pull up the map before they go.
There you go.
Oh yeah. So one more thing too. At the end, I don't know if you guys caught it at the end, but we kind of put these together. This was kind of cool. They did the Game of Thrones map thing.
Yeah, the opening was very Game of Thrones. So it's like, I think they get sued by D&D because they fired them earlier.
Shit. Yeah, no shit, right? But here you go. It gave you, these are the translations. Like, you had the wolf there, so they were saying, like, I feel they'll probably be doing the same thing where they start adding on different types of things the further they go out. I guess.
Hey, do you think that we'll see Dathomir in live action?
No.
What are you going to show? What of Dathomir? It's a fucking bombed out planet. What are you going to show?
So was Mandalore. We saw that shit.
We have a reason to.
I don't know there'd be a reason to go back there though. Like
They
yes,
need
I
another
get she's a
MacGuffin.
Night Sister witch or whatever, but she's already on their. They're already on their way to the far off galaxy or whatever they're doing.
See, this is where they're trying to go, and I think that's supposed to be the Purga. So I think that's where it turns back around in its pathway.
You sure, is that
like if they want to find Thrawn, why don't they just all jump on like a Purgle whale and just?
They're gonna do that. If you didn't watch the previews, spoiler alert, they're gonna. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh, is that what's gonna happen?
Yes.
Yeah, they're gonna take over.
You didn't watch. Spoiler alert. Sorry for a minute. Didn't watch the trailers. Yeah, no, trailer for the original trailer. There's a scene where you see Hera and where you see Sabine and Ahsoka going to the Purga whales. So
what did they?
That's
do
kind of
earlier.
I don't know. Maybe they did. We don't know. We don't know at all. There's a couple other theories I kind of have about some of these areas, but I don't want to do the dumb thing or try to spoil stuff, so I'm going to let it go. I thought it was done very, very well. I thought that was kind of cool at the end.
Bugging Jedi.
What's wrong?
No,
Jedi?
I mean, well, you guys, you kind of brought it up, and I was hoping I wanted to jump back on. Why hasn't anybody ever tried to track the migration of these space whales? Is it just
tag them?
Yeah, tag them.
There's no space marine biologists.
No, he does have a good point though. Like, if you know how the space lanes have been tracked before, it's pretty much you're gonna go and try to do jumps and hope you don't fucking die. Well, and then you're gonna put out a beacon, right?
I know the tracking through hyperspace is difficult, but
what I'm saying, yeah, you're right. Why would you just fucking
novels right? If I have my Thrawn novels right,
yes, go ahead.
Vader has tracked through hyperspace before, right? Didn't he do that before in one of the Thrawn novels?
Yes.
So it's not like it's impossible.
No, but that's really hard. But you're right. For the prospectors, why would they just put a fucking lift on the back, use them as elephants and have them drag out their fucking chariots and throw out fucking beacons every once in a while, and then they can just run this
sharks and whales.
Yeah, just have them follow you out, and then you're just out there, you're throwing shit off the Purgas, and that's a valid point.
We can have Space Whale Week.
Yeah, this galaxy.
I assume there are biologists in
this
galaxy. I don't know.
No, but that is a fair point, though.
That's a very fair point. Because Dave,
Dave,
once again, Dave doesn't know how time or space works. He just likes to say time and space and hope shit turns out all right, and then tells you, none of this is real, right? I mean, that's what he says. So
now nearly enough universities in this galaxy turn out whale biologist degrees. Apparently,
don't explain to me why they
not enough research dollars to track the Purgle.
That's a good question. Can they communicate in hyperspace? I don't know if we've ever seen them do that. Have we?
I think
well, they can because of the beacons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about why you're
actually just got to read
hyperspace.
Yes, in hyperspace they can communicate because of the beacons. Because the beacons have a communicator thing on them.
Mm-hmm.
Because they bring it up too.
In the Ender game series, it'll explain how they can communicate. There you go.
Well, okay. So in High Republic, they explain it too because they say that they take out the communication beacons which are on the hyperspace lanes.
I think it's only if you're on the actual hyperspace lanes, though. Like where they're going, you may not be able to.
Oh yeah, where they go. Which is very interesting. Which is very interesting because of what happened. I mean, it's been so long. What if they cycled through already once, and then Thrawn dropped something off and they cycled back? I don't know. I mean, yeah, I have no clue how Thrawn's messages are getting through. It could just be that Thrawn thought about something coming. It could be that Thrawn purposely wanted to be sent out there, which could be.
Clearly, he
left it bothered me.
Tagged it to a Purgle.
Yeah.
Something else that's always bothered me about that final. I think it was maybe not the final one or one of the final episodes of Rebels.
I don't think.
Is how is Thrawn and Ezra breathing when those whales have crashed through the ship's hull and are squeezing Thrawn and he's trapped? How are they? Why aren't they suffocating?
I'll be honest with you. As much as Dave says that he always did that to come back to that before, I don't think he did. I think he pulled a Lucas, where he's like, yeah, I've got the stories coming up. Oh yeah, I've already got them in my head. I've already written down. I don't think he did. I think he just said that shit, and maybe one day when it comes about, then I'll do it.
Actually, me personally, I think that Ezra actually sealed the windows with his Jedi stuff to so they can go through the
Nope, I think they're not
She's
even going to
sealed
fucking
them
touch
around
it.
the tentacles of the whales because the whales' tentacles are in the hull.
You
They're
pulled
all
a Princess Leia, okay?
They probably let go. They probably let go of him. As
You're
it
making me
got-
think too hard now. All right,
No,
you
because
guys
they
have fun
couldn't.
with the
They
rest of the
couldn't.
show.
They couldn't boost through the hyperspace unless they
I'm
touched the
bouncing out.
tentacles. All right, see you later, Pete.
Pete.
See you guys later.
Wait, born out from that Delaware vacation.
I am. I got to go back to work.
Go detox.
Yeah, I gotta go tomorrow. Back tomorrow.
Yeah, which is they're gonna have some. No, they're not, because he just won't explain it.
There's gonna be
he's
some
not. He doesn't
gaps.
need to explain it because again, that's
Yeah, you're
That's
gonna
what
have
Dave
to press
does. He doesn't explain it.
You just have
Fine.
to press the I believe button on some things and let it go.
Yeah, he
Well,
just
remember,
sits in a bag, lights the fire,
If
and
you remember
hits
correctly,
the
you don't have to
doorbell.
watch Rebels anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
right.
Which the first thing pretty much says you should watch Rebels if you're gonna fucking watch the show, because it makes no sense unless you do.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get off of that. Let's get into this week in comics. It's really gonna be short. Dr. Afro 35.
it's a good one.
It actually was. They're going back to like some of the good storylines. A droid, some type of weird droid that we haven't seen before, does a lot of choom-chooming and chit-chewing and chi-chiing and all types of ka-chowing, killing people left and right. Turns out that our girl here, D Tag, fucking made this
Designed by
robot
a
when she was a little
9-year-old
kid.
girl.
Huh? What's
I
that?
said this droid that was designed by a 9-year-old girl.
Yeah. So she designed it. All of her family's making fun of her, but the parents were like, yeah, they were trying to actually win the separatist thing to build which ended up probably would have been a better droid than the droids they ended up building. But they bring Afra back in. Hey, what's going on? Weren't you gonna kill me at one point? She doesn't say that, but they never said why she's not dead, because Downa was supposed to kill her, but who cares? She's like, hey, listen, I got a job for you. You need to go out here and find these droids because for some reason they're reactivating and killing people. Oh, by the way, let's go bang. So they went and banged. And yeah, that happened. So, oops, I left the season where she drops her drawers, but they went and banged.
You were wondering why they didn't kill her.
Yeah, so they ended up banging. And she's like, listen, I'm already up. I did a bunch of work. Go get dressed and go work for me. She walks out. Just Lucky comes back, which is fine. It's good that they're getting this crew back together. Just Lucky's there going like, hey, yeah, you don't get along with anybody because you bang everybody or you screw everybody. You screw them either way. It actually kind of makes a joke like that, which is kind of funny.
I wonder if Afra can set those little circuitry in her arms. I wonder if she can set them to vibrate mode. That would be.
Wow. That must be a joke that plays well on the Old Man Show. All right, next
that would
up.
kill on the Old Man Show.
Next up, she bangs somebody else, but this time when she's banging this person, turns out that the person steals the information for her, so they go to hunt down these droids.
You skipped the panel where she calls the person she's banging Santa Staros.
I didn't skip it. It's just not there.
You skipped
Next
it.
up, nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. It was irrelevant. It was literally like a tenth of a panel.
Wait. I read this.
I didn't skip it. It's just not there.
Yeah.
Are you saying she does that in the heat of passion, Wayseeker? I don't.
She
remember
calls
that.
the person Santa, and he's
no.
like,
See, yeah, didn't happen.
It
All right, next up.
happened.
So
You
they
don't
track.
have
So
a
they
long
track.
show.
So they track. So they
He calls
track
her
this
Santa,
person.
he's
What?
like, the guy
Stop
throws the
it!
girl
No.
out through Santa, and he's like,
Wait,
"Oh,
I-
never mind. Doesn't matter."
Oh wait, hold on. I do. Wait, I think I actually. You're right. Hold on. I think I do have something for that real quickly.
Thrawn would just be such a bad sexual lover.
Okay. So, anyways, as I was saying, they track them down to the planet. We get a Kachu thing through an ice, and then all of a sudden she slide glides in. She says, "Listen, I can hack anything." She gets inside. She finds all the droids because they killed the person that stole their stuff, and then they're under attack. This is very feelings of Dr. Afra before the last couple fucking crossover shit ass event.
Yeah, well, yeah. So these droids are coming to life, even though their batteries have been removed.
But did you notice that they all have purple eyes? So it's going to link to
They all have purple eyes. So this is this is the eternal spark virus again.
Yeah.
Do you think because Afra's connected to the Eternal Spark that they're not going to want to go after her?
No, maybe. But you saw the mouse droid too, by the way. That's the dead.
But you know what? Her arm,
Yeah.
since she has robotics, it might act up. Maybe she might get, I don't know, possessed again.
I don't think the Spark's going to go after her again because it already went after her.
Yeah, already went after her once. But if you like lesbian foreplay in bed and then some more, there's a lot of banging in this book. So
and some Santa Staros, important stuff on after Santa Staros relationship. Which
nobody's listening to you because all they can hear you say is
Santa Staros.
Be such a bad sexual lover. Like,
No, wait a minute. So, Lightseeker, I've got to go back and read this again now because Santa Staros was mentioned, but somebody said something about you're just still pissed because you're still hung up on Santa Staros.
No. So
that was just like later on.
He did not scream Santa Staros' name in the height of passion.
Yes, she did. Don't she?
No, okay, hold on.
Not
Later,
in the passion.
stop, Wayseeker, stop. That's not true.
She's imagining that person as Santa. You can see her
later
face.
on in a very small corner panel. Santa Staros' face shows up, and she goes, "Who's Santa Staros?" The girl that ends up stealing her shit. She goes, "Oh, never mind. She's not important."
Yeah,
that is not coming out. She's drunk as shit and high and stuff, and she accidentally calls out somebody else. That's not.
Listen.
Sex
in Star Wars.
All right, next week the books that nobody gives a shot except for Dom.
Dom, do not buy that 1 in 100. It's
Django
like $300 right now.
Oh, by the way, I didn't win. By the way, nobody's asked, but I did.
What was the price? What was the final price, Jedi?
Final price was $67.
So $1 in 100 under ratio. That's what we're saying. We got
listen, $68. You nice. You got it.
I didn't win.
I said he didn't
only
win.
bid 50. I did not win.
The next one you'll get for 50.
Jedi, you be
all right. Hold on. Bounty Hunters 37. Guys, we gotta get through this. Another Sprouse cover sucks. Next week also shit nobody asked for except for Dom. Next week's a whole list of shit that nobody besides Dom likes. So that's a lot of wasted fucking paper. Could you imagine? Imagine if you're an LCS owner and this is what you had to see on the FOC for this week. This horse shit and this. You are so fucking mad, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay. Speaking of Matt, this is next week. This is the FOC. My bad. They actually took some okay stuff and then fucked it up by making now the Clone Wars has a fucking Virgin variant for it. Like what?
And it doesn't even look like her.
It looks weird.
She gained like 40 pounds there, and it's like I don't know. She's
thick. Is the Virgin the 1 in 100 of Ahsoka too?
Yeah. They just put that out. It's a 1 in 100 version.
If you're gonna do a 1 in 100, at least make it apply to your freaking story that you're reading.
Yeah, it's the Clone Wars cover that they've been doing for some reason. Yeah, this is really stupid shit.
I can't tell though if I like the Afro A cover or not because it's not.
I think I put it big because I think I actually do like it.
I do like.
I kind of dig it, and then I also dig whatever what's his name did here. The middle one,
the Star Destroyer.
No, not fucking Soul. No, or the middle one. Then you got you got one of the last matches. It's got Chopper on it, so fucking a lot of killing droids here actually. It's got Chopper. It's got what's his name? One of the death droids. It's got
Zero.
Yeah,
that's not Mr. Bones, is it? No, is it? Mr.
Bones? I wish Mr. Bones is in this bitch. I'd buy 20. All right. Also on FOC, another thing nobody fucking cares or asks for. What is this last? I can't. You said that. I can't tell if I like this last Mandalorian fucking cover for number 4 because it's so fucking horrible and it looks like a 5-year-old fucking drew it, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you look at some shit and you're like, holy shit, that's
the one
like
on the right.
Pete's Hot Pockets. Yeah. He knows they fucking are horrible, but he still loves them. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's so fucking bad. I'm kind of like,
like the one on the left. Is that the A cover?
Yeah, that's the A cover where he's in the hallway.
Yeah.
I just don't know who's buying this shit. You're buying the fucking Grogu looking at fucking.
I'm buying all 4.
Yo, Susan,
what the hell? That's just a helmet, isn't it? That's the thing I don't like.
Yeah.
Episode
like
5.
Cover.
Episode 5, the tragedy. I'm getting that episode. I'm getting that book.
You're buying all of these. You're buying it. You're one of them.
You're like one of 5 people who are actually paying full price for any of this horse shit. Dude, Jedi just proved to you that he almost won a 1 in 100 that came out this week for $60. He was just too cheap to do it. The next one's gonna sell for 50. I mean, like, just be patient, like 3 or 4 days, bro. You're gonna get something dirt ass cheap. But is anybody with me how bad that last cover is?
Yeah.
But that's the way.
I mean, I didn't like it, and then I realized that it's got his helmet.
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
That's what
I don't fucking. I kind of dig it though. It's got the ship that blew up. It's got like the transport, Razor Crest. Sorry, and the helmet.
Why is his helmet there? And like, why is it
Who
like?
gives a shit? Because you want to
make.
Look, if you want to make something look like fucking dog shit, you gotta go fucking all out.
Well, I mean, at first I thought, are they doing a Vader where they just put Vader's helmet behind everything? But then I'm like, no, maybe, but not. It's not quite working. I don't know.
We need to rank worst covers.
Yeah, probably, but
Yeah.
that thing's sweet though. I love it. I'm gonna get one.
You like that?
There's no catch of the week this week. Actually, it's a PSA, an unfortunate note.
Never mind.
Well, here's why I wouldn't let you. It's not gonna be funny.
I was thinking.
I was gonna say it kind of was, but it's morbid.
Oh yeah, well that's what I was gonna talk about. So here we go. Be safe out there, people. This week during the storms, we had bad storms in Michigan. Actually, my garage got flooded and a couple other things. But as that happened, there was a couple young men that decided to go out on a fucking boat during a fucking lightning storm. They thought they were cute, and all three of them dove in, and one of them didn't come back. And our lake has actually been shut down for 2 to 3 days because they were trying to find one of the young men that never came back. So, like, I understand drinking's fun, doing drugs is fun too. I understand water sports are fun. I understand sometimes you watch videos and you think that shit's fun. But what you probably shouldn't do is do shit that's so stupid that you might not come back from. Because then people like me get calls about trying to find your dead body at the bottom of a fucking lake. And it's not cool. Sorry to be a little bit sober about it, but 32. He's 32 years old. 3 guys went out there. They're all in their 30s. I would show you a picture of the news article, but unfortunately, a lot of them have my house in it, and I don't share my personal information, so not going to show you.
I was thinking he was younger than that, but yeah, 30 is still young, but
it is. But there was a big lightning storms going out. It was high lightning. It looked like it was heat lightning. It turned into not heat lightning. They decided to jump on a boat. They decided to take the boat out into the lake, and they found him just before they were about to call off the search. If they not, they would have. We were actually ready to go out at night to go find him before he floats to the top, because that's how they find you after a couple days. If you do not,
let me guess, it was probably a pontoon boat too, right?
Was a pontoon boat. Yep. It was a pontoon boat.
Don't get on a giant metal object in the middle of lightning.
Also don't do that. So be safe out there, guys. I mean, I know there's a lot of stuff out there and everybody wants to have a good time and everything, but yeah, it's not fun. That's all right. It's all right.
I was
there
just
you go.
loving it AOA.
What did AOA say?
He was talking about $68 will buy a gallon of milk in Hawaii.
Probably true. Probably true.
All right.
Be safe out there, guys. That's my PSA. Obviously, we couldn't fish, but then again, too, the freaking people. They pulled them out of the water, and 8 hours later, we have a big party on the lake where people go around for the end of the year. They seem to still party. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, there must have been 200 people on the lake just pontoon together, partying the whole rest of the day out. So. Think about that too. Like, if you think you're important and you think whatever you're doing is fun and cool, the next day people are going to be fucking partying and going on with life, and you won't be. So there you go. All right, let's get into what do we have left? Toys? How fast is
toys?
We got Thrawn comics.
We also got Thrawn comics. All right.
But thanks for having me on, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, JJ. Cool. See you
later.
Just say no to Star Killer. Jesus. Okay. Later.
All right, so you got some Black Series figures that are coming out. Of course, they have the some Ahsoka figures that are coming out. You have Ahsoka. Hey, you go to the next. So this is the Ahsoka figure and the side art. Okay. The Ahsoka. The next one.
So these are new?
Yeah, they're new. Yeah. They're dropping. This the new Ezra figure.
Okay, so it's a Star Wars Ahsoka.
Which is also Ezra. Why I don't think Ezra's the fucking Inquisitor. I know that was.
This is the new Sabine.
I like that one.
That's kind of cool.
Oh,
she's gonna get both her gut blasters back. Cause look, that's pretty cool.
Yep,
I like it.
And then you got Morgan Elsbeth.
They could have given her the fucking Mandalorian.
Something like a thing.
No, they could have gave her the orb or something.
The orb,
something.
Yeah, it could have. And then you have the battle droid, the assassin droid. It's pretty cool. I like it. I kind of like these assassin droids, man, with the self-destruct kind of a lot of action happening in that.
They're not really how I remember HK droids looking, but they'll work.
It's also a different number.
87.
And the reason why I didn't put the Chopper in there is the same Chopper from Rebels, so it's already been.
I want to get the Chopper. I like the Chopper.
I have one. You want one? I think I have 2. I'll give you a Chopper. I have them. I got them someplace. I got to look for them. So speaking about more Ahsoka, they have Funko Pops coming out. The Ahsoka Tano. You have Professor Hugh Hang and General Syndulla. You have Chopper, and you have Morak, which I'm very happy about. I'm probably going to pick up the Morak. I don't want really the Ahsoka. I have all the Ahsoka Pops anyway. I really don't need this.
Are you getting Hu Yang? Because I think Jedi's getting Hu Yang.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, I mean, I most of my funds go towards C-3PO or other bullshit that I don't need. But I tell you what, Hu Yang was, and of course I remember him from the Clone Wars cartoons and stuff.
Yep.
But I liked his character in this quite a bit. He was funny. I like humor. I like funny stuff. So I thought he was kind of funny.
Yeah, I like.
You really like droids.
I do.
Yeah, I like the Morag figure.
Yeah.
I think I was watching. Speaking about droids, there was an old '70s show, and they had Carrie Fisher on it, and she was young, and they were talking about Star Wars when it first came out. They go, "What the heck is an R2D2 and C3PO?" And they were showing it. He goes, "And what's a Wookiee?" And it was like some talk show host was talking back from the '70s when they first dropped. I thought about the Jedi with the C3PO. Anyway, yeah. So the Morag figure is definitely I'm buying. I'm gonna get that.
Okay, yep, there it is, Morag. There you go. We got them all updates.
I've already had that Ahsoka though, right?
No, it's a different Ahsoka, different
color guns.
Is it different color? Because we've already had hooded Ahsoka.
Yeah, I don't think so. We had it. No, I have no. She doesn't have a gun with the hood. This is different.
Okay.
She has the staff, and then these are the keychains. So they have the one. See, look, go back.
Yeah, that's Sabine. Has got two different blasters than she used to have. That's kind of cool.
That's cool. And they actually have a Sabine figure coming out. I actually forgot to put it in there. It's from it's without a helmet, and it's from Amazon. So you have Michael Galaxy Squadron, Ahsoka Tano's Jedi Starfire set. That's dropping. So with Yak Face, Hasbro is dropping all the stuff they dropped before. Helmets before we had the new, Boba Fett, the prototype Boba Fett white helmet. So they're re-releasing all the stuff that came out prior, figures and merchandise.
This one's already sold out.
Just at a higher price?
No, not a higher price. They bring it back. It's all sold out. The higher price in the secondary market.
Yeah, the pre-sale's already sold out on this one.
Yeah, it's sold out too.
All right. Well, but Hasbro will rotate lines sometimes, so they'll put more stock in.
So I got this too. So they're dropping the Blu-ray set, which there are a lot of people who are completionists, so they want to buy this to complete the whole run.
Shit. My bad. Sorry, yawned and I did too.
Yeah.
All right, and that's it.
There's really not that much stuff.
That was actually good stuff. All right, Dom. There you go.
That was awesome.
All right, cool. Well, let's get into the Thrawn stuff. So last week we did what the fuck did we do? We did variants, right?
Yeah, variants.
25.
This week we're doing non-variants.
We're doing some variants, but not like the incentive variants.
We're doing covers of Thrawn, and it's
so there's going to be A covers, and there's going to be they're all covers that you could have bought for the $3.99 or whatever.
We got to come up with a better name than this. Who came up with this name?
Yes.
You keep telling me that, but you never give me another name.
All right, these are weird looking Thrawns. That one looks like
these are the
Nightcrawler.
collector's edition I talked about last week. These are the collector's editions for the Thrawn Ascendancy series. And so if you see these ever when you're hunting, pick them up. The one on the right, I think, goes for like $750. The ones in the middle go for like $250 to $300 each. I've seen sets of these go for $2,000 together because they're hard to find. So if you're ever out hunting, I thought I wanted to put these out there. These are books. These are not comics, but these are the variants for the.
What was the retail on them when they came out? Just regular like $20, $30?
No. They weren't they like $85 or something?
I think they were like $80, $85.
They were up there,
a piece.
I actually think $100. I think $100, if I'm not mistaken. The third book, I think it was $100.
They were all the same price, whatever they were.
Yep. But we were just talking about variant covers, so let's put it as a head slide, a focus slide that put those covers on there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
This is the only one I have right here. This is it. So I hope it's worth a lot.
The A cover, Thrawn 1.
That's all I got.
First appearance of Eli Vanto. What do we think this one's going for?
$20.
I hope it's more than 40 because I think I paid 40 for mine. Yeah, it would be the first time.
You're gonna lose money, and he's a bad sexual lover.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
as a raw, you paid $40 for
$20,
raw, not $20 for
9.8.
I think I paid 40. Maybe it was 30. It might have been $30 or $40 for a raw. Yeah,
$20. 20. I got 20 on it. I got 20.
What do you got down?
25.
All right, you're between the two. Raw sales.
Oh, shit.
I got it. I'll control it.
All right,
so you don't ruin what it is. Raw sales right now are going between 15 and 25. So you're right there. 9.8 the average in the last couple of months is 180. And the range there for the 9/8 is between 150 and 250 were the sales.
No, that's not
There's
bad.
314 of these on the census, which is a ton for a really not important issue. So, I mean,
Eli is very important, by the way.
What?
Eli is very important, by the way.
He is, but like,
Yeah,
300 is a lot.
There's a lot of covers to this. There's a lot of non-ratio covers to this.
Darth Bane has less than 200, and Eli Vanto has 300. So I'm putting me in perspective there. Like, it's a lot.
Yeah, well, Darth Bane doesn't have as quick a showing up as our boy Eli does. So,
well, anyway, so you have a lot of covers for this one too. But yeah, so this one,
there's a shit ton of covers.
15 to 25. So the other one we're doing
$20. Yeah, right there.
$20.
All right.
Jedi didn't.
Sorry, your order.
30 is too much for it. This was the JTC action figure variant that came out with Thrawn 1 as well. Same thing with first appearances there. Do you like this one?
I like it. I have it.
Yes, I have this one. Do I like it? No.
I don't really like it either. I have it, but I don't think it's that great.
No, I don't think it's really good at all. It looks fucking terrible, actually.
So what do we think on this one price wise? More or less the same?
Other boys have, John. I would say because people fucking get confused with the JTC covers, even though they were just as active as the A covers. And some fucking people on the internet said that they were rare sometimes or were confused about it. So I would assume that this is going to be about $30. Okay, good chat.
Nobody. I don't have this one.
I say
this is a regular. It's a JTC. Yeah, I'm good. $30.
I just think because the price got driven up there for a while on these. Like, you know what I mean? I think it's probably $30. 40 at the most.
I think it's like 50.
50 for Dom. Okay.
Here's the interesting thing.
Sadly, 67.
Raws are more expensive. 9.8s are cheaper.
Huh?
The 9.8s for the A cover was 150, 250 with a couple sales on that 200.
Oh, percentage wise, yeah.
This one, there was 3 sales. There was a 160, a 165, and a 170 in the last couple months. So the 9.8 is actually cheaper, but they're all
this
sales.
This is way
higher.
overpriced.
So I don't get how that works at all.
Well, it's because of what I said. They were at one point people who didn't realize how these fucking things work, and they were saying all types of weird shit. I know a guy for sure because he had asked me because he didn't know how it worked, and when I did not respond to it, I responded to him. It's a little bit more complicated. It takes a long way to explain it. He then went on the internet and said, "Well, it was a secret ordering system for JTC, so they're always very hard to get," which is not the case. And you saw the spike of all JTCs after that because then everybody kept repeating the same dog shit story. And this book, like those, and JTCs are like, for the most of them.
True?
Yeah, 100%.
There
wasn't. No.
There was a couple. There were a couple.
There's about 12 of them that had it was, but even with it, it was pretty much a free book. So it was like an order. There was something to it, but it's not these.
Not these. No,
and
there's a couple of them that are more exclusive that were only online order, but this is not one.
There's a couple that were online order. There's a couple that was order what you ordered in another book thing too. It was like an incentive order program. That was very early on. And by the way, the people that were ordering already were ordering a shit ton to qualify. Like they were ordering to qualify for something else, and it was fucking ridiculous. So,
yep, this is just a regular B cover. So
yeah, it was a regular B cover.
So 45 to 60. I mean, it's a good pickup if you see it in the $4 or whatever your local LCS. But I don't.
By the way, I mean,
I would not be a buyer. Let's be clear. Going back to the game, I am not a buyer at this at 15 to 25. I don't think it's more than a $10 book. I'm definitely not a buyer.
No, definitely not a buyer here. You have to also remember on this book too, between the A, the B cover, and they also had 1 and 5, 115. You had to get to incentive too on this, and there was a decent amount of incentives that came out of this. So you can kind of figure that no shop just goes, I'm ordering all. Well, the majority of shops don't say, I'm just ordering all A covers.
Right. No, they wanted to get. I mean, because there was the one in.
They usually do a 50-50.
There was the 1 in 10. There was the 1 in 50. So people were ordering 50 copies.
And they usually are doing a 50-50 split on average. Yeah. So there's as many as a cover A as this.
Yeah.
Or 60-40, sure.
Yeah. So yeah, no, you're gonna have, an order.
Yeah. Once again, yeah, the saying that these are rare because they're a B cover or rare because they're incentive covers is incorrect. Oh wow.
This is Dom's favorite cover of all time. This is the one he brought up last week.
Yes.
Well endowed right there.
Perky Price.
Price cover
Perky
on
Price,
the, right
Price.
there. This is Thrawn's very first, appearance of Price. This one is
She
a
dead.
little fascinating.
So
We'll talk about that in a second, but what's so fascinating about this one? But what do you think of this one?
People, because I don't think people knew Price was dead. This book has always, yes, I know this for a fact because somebody called me to ask me. Like, we just watched a show that maybe ranks comic books, and they said, like, all these are selling for a certain type of reason, and their thing is this person could show up. And they originally announced an Ahsoka show and maybe something about Thrawn, and this was the pandemic. And I said, well, it's going to be pretty hard considering she's dead. They said it's Star Wars. I said, no, she's dead. They said 100% dead. I said 100% dead. And they're like, oh, so I'm going to sell these today. And I said, that's a good idea. And then we sold a bunch of these because she's dead. But just like the Afra cover where she's in a fucking Imperial suit that has nothing to do with fucking, we know for sure now 1,000% is not the character that was in what? Was it The Mandalorian? Yeah. We know that's not the same character. That still is way above what it should be. I assume there's trickle down stupidity on this book too. I'm saying raw $60.
There's also
Can I ask a quick question here? And I may have asked this before, but why does that make a difference if she's dead? That doesn't mean they can't put her in live action in a show sometime. I mean, it doesn't. So what?
In this show, yeah, it does.
It wouldn't.
She's been
I'm not talking about the Ahsoka. So you're saying because of the Ahsoka show?
Yeah. When the first rumors came out of the Ahsoka show, and that Thrawn was probably they were going to do Rebels season 5.
But
yeah, we're all over the timeline. She could.
Yeah, but it wouldn't fit. She's the governor of Lothal. Like, why are we going back to Lothal?
No, I'm not talking about Ahsoka.
I'm talking
outside of Ahsoka.
I'm just saying no price. I'm just saying
I agree, but the price, that's not why the price went. The price went up because the narrative was she's going to show up in Ahsoka.
Oh, okay. Got it.
But no, I just say we will never see Price in live action.
No, if you like it because you like her D cups, sure. $10 book doesn't seem unreasonable because of titty cups.
$10 per cup. Actually.
Yeah. Okay. No, $10 per cup's a little expensive for this book. But
all right, here we go. Raw sales are between 12 and 30.
Oh,
9.8 sales are 150, but this is really an outlier. There was one sale of 61, and all the other sales were above 180.
Yeah.
And so there was one person that snuck this one. This one snuck in like a week ago too, at a 9.8 at $61. But it's been 180, 190, 200. But here's the interesting thing about 9.8 in this one. 35 on census, and it's not because they're not graded. There's like 50 9.6s and like 40 9.4s.
Wow.
So of the there's 140 some graded, and there's only 35 9.8. So this is a tough 9.8 graded wise. I don't know why it's a tough 9.8, but you see more 9.6
because the workers before they grade it,
and you see a lot of 9.4s, which is a very rare thing to see in modern books. So it was a weird census.
Huh.
So
yeah, it's a weird census. It's a weird reason why people buy this book too. So
yeah, yep. Dom will likely pay $25 to $30 per cup. Wookiee's 100%
I'd agree.
All right, keep moving forward.
Money well spent.
We got two more to go through. This is Thrawn 6. We talked about this last week. This is one of my favorites. This is one of Margot's favorites. His first appearance of Admiral Ar'alani. We got to see Ar'alani at some point.
Plus, it was dirt cheap. Like Price's book spiked way before this one spiked, and this one had more potential. For the longest time, you could get this dirt cheap. If that book was 12 to 30, I would tell you back in the day, if that book was 12 to 30, this book was $5. I think it's changed now. I think people are finally realizing what this book is, and this has gone from 12 to 30 to maybe $35.
What do we think? The other two don't want to play this game.
Oh,
because they bought it for a lot more, and they're really.
I don't have it.
I bought this for cover price when it first came out.
Nice.
I don't have any of these.
No,
$30.
$25.
So this is another weird one.
This is why it's weird. It's still to this day weird.
But look at the raws. The raw prices are about the same, right?
Yeah.
12 to 30,
yeah.
12 to 37. 9.8 average, under $100.
Fuck, that's a good 9.8 to get.
This one was 150. With the outlier, it would have been more like 180.
Yeah.
We're
Makes
talking
no
about
sense.
half the price.
It still makes
on
no
these
sense.
9/8s, and all of them are in a tight range.
I thought, I mean,
75
I'll
to
be honest
110.
though, it is closer than it used to be. This book used to be like down here compared to, and now they're kind of like even almost. I mean, almost, but it still is the better of the two books, and still under. I don't know if it's underpriced because it seems like the right price, but it's still, it astonishes me that 3 is where the price for 3 is what it is compared to this book, which has much more significance.
Yeah, the fact that 9/8 is, 50% more for 3 over this one makes.
If you find them in the $5 bin, pick them up.
What?
You find them in the $5 bin, pick them up.
Oh, for sure. I pick
sure.
up any of the Thrawns in that bin.
Yeah.
But I'm not paying more than this one. This one I would pay $15 for.
Yeah.
I'm happy for $15 for this one. I'm gonna buy at that $12 to $15 range because I do like this character long term.
Yeah.
This is the only one again that I'm a buy on. But yeah. We got one more. Cool. We got one of my favorites. This is a variant. This is the Galactic Icon Rod Race
couple of these,
Star Wars 50 variant.
I might have this one. I don't know. Can't remember.
I love this cover. I think it's really
nobody gave a shit about most of these till somebody, till they showed them, and then all of a sudden people really started liking them. I would have to say, because I think, this really is an art thing, right? Like, it is that people enjoy the art. The book fucking is nothing, but like, $50 raw. Are we doing raw $50? I think that's astronomically stupid. I wouldn't pay it. I wouldn't pay it at all. But I'd be surprised if it felt
I'd be surprised if it come down. At least I don't know about the Thrawn because I don't think I have the Thrawn, but I know these went up like during pandemic with everything else because I know the Afro went up for a while and so did Hondo, but a lot of those have come down now. At least for
how far down, Jedi? Let me know how far down they came.
Like the Afro you can now get for $25. Hondo is probably $35 currently.
I'm saying now 40.
Cad Bane was the most expensive
I'd say $40 now. That's what I'm saying. 40
to 50.
Yeah, I was saying almost 40.
This one is gonna be higher than that. Raw sales are between 40 and 90. There was 390 sales and 140 sale. So I didn't put the average there, whatever that is, but it's skewed towards the 90. So we've had 4 sales, 3 were at 90. 9.8 average, 225. 15 of these on census though, so not very many. So you want 9.8. There's not a lot out there. I'm sure of those 15, there's about.
I think this is actually a collector book. I don't think this is.
Yeah,
no.
I would agree with you. This is a collector book.
It's gonna be tough.
Of those 15, I bet you there's 8 or 9 of those they're not selling.
If you could find it for $40, I think you might strongly consider buying it for $40. Strong consideration.
So this one is not come down. What is Hondo? Maybe next week we'll look at other
because there's a couple of books. Yeah, maybe we'll look at Hondo because there's a couple other books that I think might be good times to buy sneaky books. There's one in the Thrawn series we'll talk about next week. There's another book that somebody just told me they got a great deal on, and I hate talking about the book because you fucking heathens go and then out-scalp me on these fucking books. But I'll tell you anyways because whatever. And then you throw it in my face when you do it too, which is just the worst. It's absolutely the worst. When you got some of these stupid kids sniping you, you're like, I got this book for like $10, and then all of a sudden somebody comes into your chat, it's like, look what I got for $12.95, and you're like, you're the guy that bid me out $2.95, you sons of bitches. But whatever, we'll talk about it next week. We got that to look forward to, and then we'll add the Ahsoka Galaxy covers because we got some stuff to do. We'll cover Ahsoka Tana, the next one, hopefully. Can we have JJ's probably watching this too, so it's no big surprise we're not talking about his back. Do we think at one point we should probably put up a poll, Pete, if we could get a poll on this? Do we think and by the way, also the troll guy who didn't have the book, it still hasn't sent us into it. So, but do we think that JJ is going to enjoy any of the last? Was there 8 total? So 6 of the Ahsoka series. I 100% say that he will never grade any of them above what he graded these 2 series, and he will not enjoy it overall.
I'm going to go the other way. I think there's going to be one episode.
You think this is going to turn
somewhere along the way that JJ's going to say that was a good episode? There's going to be one.
Then he's going to give like an 8.0 or like say this is one of the best things I've seen.
Yeah, probably.
He has never done that in 2.5 years. You know that, right?
He did with Andor, but not with anything about Andor.
Yeah, but even with Andor, yeah, I guess he did. Okay. Dom, what do you say to that?
What do I say to that? I'm with Marco on that. I am definitely with Marco. JJ is a very hard shell to crack when it comes to the shows. Yeah, Andor, I think he had a better view with the Andor series, but every other show on Disney Plus.
We lost Jedi. Jedi's going to go buy something real quick.
Yeah, I actually think that he will have a negative feedback on a lot of. And I'll be very surprised if he does like one episode of the remaining 6.
Yeah, I would really think it'd be tough for him to. Yeah. I mean, I don't think unless it's not sick, he's just very hard on it.
Eventually, if they do something that is extraordinary on the show, I can see him saying, "Oh, that was good, this and that." But I don't know.
Okay, so which episode does Dom turn on to? That's the other question I have for the chat. And for
Marok is dying at some point. I think it's going to be episode 5. He's dying because that's where I think the whole fights are going to happen. That's where we think Anakin stuff's coming in, all that stuff. I just think it's going to be an action-packed Dave episode.
Yep.
I think he's going to like the Anakin stuff, but it's not going to quite hit where he wants it to. That's where he thinks
that's where he's going to turn.
5? He's turning on 5. He's turning on 5.
I was giving him 7. I think 7, 6.5, 7. Like right at the end of 6, back half of 6, going into 7. I think that's. Oh, Andy turned all red. Cool. I think the question we have, Jedi, is when does Dom turn on the Ahsoka show? When does he go from this is the greatest show of all time to this is garbage? And I'm saying Wayseeker says 5. I say that I think Balin's going to die around 6. So as soon as that happens, we're going to hear the end of Dom positivity. Jedi, what do you think? You know this man well.
Dom is the eternal optimist. He is not going to turn on the show. I don't think he will.
Have you not been round Dom for the last 3 months?
Yeah, it's been dark Dom the box.
That's because Dom, but that's because he's been talking about it. Now it's here. He's immersed. He's there. He's part of it. He's gonna love every bit.
Jerome thinks I'm gonna turn 2 at 7.
What if Boba Fett dies in this show? Just shows up and dies.
Amazing.
Well, that'd
be amazing.
That's why I hate the Empire Return of the Jedi. I can't stand Return of the Jedi because he died in Return of the Jedi. I always hated that one.
All right. Well, that's what we got.
Rex should show up.
Well, let me ask Dom. Dom, do you think you will at some point start hating the show?
Look,
I don't think you will.
I'm gonna tell you this. To be honest with you, all the shows, I know I like and I love Andor. I do love Andor. And the Andor actually is definitely one of my favorites. But I'll be honest, the Ahsoka series right now to me is very intriguing, and I'm excited about it more than the Book of Boba Fett. The Book of Boba Fett really disappointed a lot of people. But I'm a big. I know Dave Filoni does his things with stuff. And when it came to Clone Wars, the cartoon, I loved the Clone Wars cartoon. And I did really like the Rebels. I really liked Rebels. So I have some trust in Dave Filoni's work. The thing that might bug me, and look, and it's true.
Is that none of the rumors come true?
Yep. No, I'm just saying the whole fact is that if they do some time shit, which they did, bringing back Ahsoka from the World Between Worlds, time travel does not exist in Star Wars, should not exist in Star Wars. And if they have something to do with the Purgle being time travelers and they got to get thrown in another galaxy that's in another time, I do not. That's what I'll turn because I do not want that.
Here's where Dom has turned in recent histories on shows. Towards the end, because the rumors that he wants to have happen, don't happen. Because he wants to say, "Hey, I told you that was going to happen," and when it doesn't happen, that's when Dom starts turning on shows. So right now he's very optimistic. Huh?
But in the other shows, your Mandos, not Andor, but your Mandos, and there was always the chance and we'd hear Dom say about it because he would read it somewhere. Boba Fett showing up in episode 7. Boba Fett showing up.
Yeah.
I have not heard Dom have any expectations of Boba Fett showing up.
Ooh, not, but he has a Star Killer / Ezra.
Yeah,
well, the whole thing is that I love Star
and
Killer.
Balin that thing.
That's my favorite Jedi, and I don't care what people say that he was a video game. It's not even canon. I love Star Killer.
Right, but you're not going to be. You're not going to shit can this. You're not going to shit can this series if Star Killer.
No, I'm not. Would I be disappointed it was a Star Killer? Yeah, kind of. Because I want Star Killer to become somewhat canon in Star Wars, but I'm not. I'm enjoying the series.
Dom
Here's
loves.
the good news.
I
Bryce Howard is not directing anything, so that means that Lizzo's probably not coming.
Oh, she's not going to be.
Here's Darth Maul then.
So that could be a freaking meteorite.
But Dom,
all
would you want them to bring Star Killer into canon that way, where they have to just completely downplay his abilities? He's just
all kidding aside.
I mean, would you want that? I wouldn't even want that.
Look, he's over the wall in Star Wars. I know that. That's the way I wanted Boba Fett. I wanted Boba Fett like shoot people, and they go, I wanted some crazy shit because that's Boba Fett. I know it doesn't fit for the narrative, but at the end of the day, I will not turn the series if it's not Star Killer.
I'm telling you, the rumors are getting thicker with Dom here, and we see this every time we review an episode.
I'm telling you, I'm enjoying.
I'm telling you, good.
Going into this series,
you always do.
No expectations.
Then there's a point where the rumors don't get true, and then
with no expectations there. I said that Thrawn ain't going to show up until like the 5th episode, the 6th episode. He ain't going to get, and Ezra's not going to turn into like towards the end. If I tell you what, I will definitely be disappointed if Murrock turns out to be Ezra. I'll be disappointed with that.
No, that can't happen. That would be.
I will be.
I don't think you. 6 boys 62 is back. What? The internet got fixed.
Yo, what's up?
Boy 62 is back.
They would have to do for that to be Ezra. It would be no. There's no way.
Do you think people will turn on the series if it turns out being Ezra?
What?
Do you think if Murrock turns out to be an Ezra, people will get pissed off at the show?
We're done.
I would get pissed off.
I think there would be a large portion of the fan base. The same thing that I think if they actually do Heir to the Empire instead of doing those new Thrawn books were Heir to the Empire, even its best print isn't $1,000. Those new Thrawn books are like there's a big portion of Star Warites, whatever you want to call fans, that really, if he goes the Heir to the Empire route, there might not be as loud as a cheer for him anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's that Padawan thing. You guys think I'm fucking hard about that, but I'll tell you, in a lot of my Star Wars groups, I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people who are like, that just takes us a little bit the wrong way. Believe it or not, I had to talk them off the fucking ledge. They don't talk me off the ledge, but you know what I mean? It just go ahead, Sticks. What's up?
A lot of people like good villains, right? I mean, he was a good villain in that series, and they've kind of changed him around now with the comics and such. So we don't know what we're gonna get.
But he's the alternate universe version of Sherlock Holmes, right? Like he's always got a assistant who's the Watson that kind of explains it to you. He had Price for a while. He has there's actually somewhere we're going to talk about next time that we haven't talked about yet, so we don't want to spoil it. But in the books, he had Eli. He's always had somebody there that played the Watson character to his, and they've always made it just like Sherlock Holmes wasn't exactly a good guy. They've kind of not made him quite a bad guy either. He's self-interested in himself, but he's definitely a great tacticianer. But the whole reason why it makes sense for Thrawn to come back is that the New Republic, as we see, which is something Dom said, they're making him look really incompetent, but they're also deciding to Thrawn's main goal, the new Thrawn as we know it, his main goal is not to clone Palpatine. Do we know what his main goal is to do?
It's to help the Chiss fight off the
By doing what? By creating a war machine, by keeping the United States to keep supplying weapons. Now
he's their Destro.
Yeah, I mean he's like the UN and the Empire was the US. Now what happens when all of a sudden they start declining all their nuclear weapons and all their spaceships and all of their
And they keep, because that's what they're doing. The New Republic now is killing off all their surplus of supplies. Thrawn's biggest portion was build up the stockpile, build up the stockpile, build up the stockpile. And now this is, haha, you don't have Jedi codes and we'll decrease the stockpile. What do you think Thrawn's plan is? Get the fuck back in there, whatever you got to do, and build that stockpile back up to help out the Chiss. I mean, that's what his plan is.
Maybe not. Maybe he's siphoning off that stockpile to the Chiss right now.
He is, but he needs the industrial machine to build it. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, maybe not.
Well, not maybe. That's what his whole. If you read the novels, that's his whole
fucking. Maybe he's able to take enough now that he's able to have the fight.
The one that Jedi fall asleep to. That's his whole point. Is to not just that, but the manpower too. It's supposed to have it all there. Like that's his whole point. So
maybe he's using his constituents. You know, those, like we see here in these episodes, he's got people on the ground working within the Republic. Maybe he's got people doing it already for the Republic, and he's just going to swoop in and take it.
Yeah, I mean, like when you see the council, I don't how gung ho they were in Mandalorian. I think they're idiots, and he knows they're idiots, and they are idiots because we know who some of those people are, and we know their fates. And I think he's trying to use them to build back up his stockpile. That's all. Yeah, like Destro, like whatever.
Do you think that Morok may be a Chiss?
No, we're all over that.
No,
thinking about it. Dom can't stop thinking about that guy.
Tom has two things he has to talk about. He has to talk about the picture and how it is the same picture for Rebels and Morok. That's it.
Jedi. This is what I'm telling you. When that Inquisitor turns out to be fucking nobody, that's the Dom turn. He dies and he's nobody, and Dom fucking turns. He's had it because all he's thinking about. And then all of a sudden they're gonna show at the end they're gonna show Ahsoka and they're gonna show the flashback of Ahsoka and fucking Sabine the first time they meet to go do that. And he's gonna lose his shit and it's gonna be all over. He's gonna fucking hate.
It's too bad the timelines don't match, or Dom might be thinking that it's Broom Boy, but the timeline.
Fucking Broom Boy, right? Maybe it's Broom Boy from the future. Who knows?
Yeah, could you imagine if what's her name? Ara Lane shows up? How much these man children are gonna go crazy over a blue skinned person with a rack and a booty? Like, can you believe what they're gonna be saying?
Ooh,
Dom's
welcome to Fern Gully.
How much money do I have to spend to make this happen? Because I'm not.
Yeah, he's gonna be like,
two episodes.
Hot toys calling you right now.
We are 2 episodes into the 8 episodes that are going to be in here. Before this started, some of us were talking about when are we going to see Thrawn. Most of us thought it was going to be the final series, the final episode. Are we still thinking
probably 6 or 7? Yeah, or 7 or 8. Sorry,
I'm more it's going to be the final episode now than ever.
I don't think so. And this is why. If you look at, I kept saying it over and over again, but you didn't see the trailers. If you look at the trailers, they're 75% through the trailers already. Like, they're almost done with the trailers. The trailers are almost done, and that's in 2 episodes. I have a feeling.
So you think they're going to get to that other galaxy pretty quickly then?
No, they're not going to get the galaxy. They're going to get to the other galaxy in maybe 6.
Yeah, which is where you see
we're not going to see Thrawn even when they get there. I think it's still going to be.
Thrawn is, by the way, Thrawn is in that golden ass ship that you saw. What's her name in the Eye of Siren? He's in that fucking ship. Did we all not watch? What spoiler alert? Trailer came out 6 months ago. Did you not watch that trailer? Did you not see Thrawn in that fucking ship?
I don't really care to. I still think it's going to be at the very end of 7, at the earliest, but most likely 8. You might see his head at the last panel of 7.
Dude, why don't you like Thrawn, Wayseeker?
I love Thrawn. What are you talking about? Just because I don't think he's going to be in the episode until 7 doesn't mean I don't love Thrawn. Just because I don't think he's going to be a good sexual lover doesn't mean I don't love Thrawn.
Every chance you get, you try to knock Thrawn. He's not going to be a good sexual lover. He won't be around. Nobody cares about him. I'd rather see the blue chick. Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, 6 or 7, sure. I mean, I think they're going to have a little bit more than they've already. The problem is they've already done the bullshit tease on them, right? Twice.
So we got to get the payoff now. Like, you can't keep doing the bullshit fucking. This isn't comic books where you can give the fake fucking first appearance. You have to get them in there, right?
But they haven't done the real tease of him yet. It's been
They have.
Celebration. Celebration doesn't count.
No. Nope. They did it in Mandalorian 1. Then they did it again when they had the Shadow Council there. They've already done the fake thing. They've mentioned him so many. They fucking said his name so many times. He's like Beetlejuice, man. Eventually, the fucker's got to pop up.
Episode 5 is going to be Thrawn. That's the episode. He's coming.
You're going to have Anakin and Thrawn in one episode.
Remember Anakin? Remember Darth Vader was with Thrawn at side by side in books, so it could be.
Actually, Dob, if you'd like to go further, guess who Anakin ran into when he was Anakin?
Anakin, yeah, Thrawn.
I know. It's not going to. It's not going to be both. Filoni's going to
ran into him at both
Anakin
and
Ahsoka.
It's Vader. I wasn't actually trying to say that to make a point for Dob, but I like how he just took that and ran with it and said, "Yeah, my point's legit."
No, I'm just saying the fact is that because he was like the one guy that figured out that Darth Vader was Anakin.
No, that's because he met Anakin before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tarkin knew too. A bunch of people knew.
Sabe knows.
Lots of people knew.
Sabe knows, yeah.
It was like the like everybody thinks it's a big secret, but now that we knew, like everybody knew.
Yeah, everybody know. Well, there's Jedi everywhere. Everybody knew that fucking Anakin was Darth Vader. I mean, we can keep changing everything up here at this point.
Ahsoka knew.
Ahsoka, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, well, the whole thing on the HoloNet was all the Jedi are dead, whether they were or weren't. That's what everyone was led to believe. So he was a Jedi, so he should be dead at that point.
You still have to see flashbacks
in the public eye.
There still has to be a young Ahsoka flashback by the actress. What's her name? The girl who's playing the young Ahsoka in flashbacks. Or
I don't want no flashbacks, please.
Or like the War Between Worlds, if they show that scene in live action, the younger the actress that she's playing young Ahsoka.
What are you talking about?
No, there's a girl that's playing young Ahsoka that is either in a flashback scene or it's the War Between Worlds.
What's this now? Where did you see this?
No, it's she was cast in Ahsoka. The girl, what the hell's the name? They're going to have a young Ahsoka. There's going to be a young Ahsoka in this series.
So you're telling me they're going to bring back Hayden, and they're getting DH Hayden, but they're going to bring in a whole new actor and not DH Rosario?
Young Ahsoka, yeah. That's sorry.
Why would you do that?
Ask Dave and these guys.
Well, they did it with Leia. They didn't de-age Leia to a small child.
I get that, but it's not the same thing.
Yeah, she was throughout the fucking series.
It depends on how much you de-aged them, I guess.
I guess you could go back to where she's like itty bitty Snips.
Well, Snips or something like that. They do that.
Still, you're gonna have to de-age Anakin. Like,
I don't.
Yeah, that ain't gonna be.
Well, they got they did.
Yeah, just bring in a young. Sooner or later, they're gonna have to do it. So just
hold on. You don't think the more sensible thing has her do a force because she's now picked up all these force fucking abilities that she never had before? You don't think she just doesn't force ghost fucking Anakin? Talk to him in like a force ghost scenario?
No, I think it's gonna be
She could.
No,
I think it's gonna be. I don't know. Maybe. I hope so. I hope it's not a flashback.
I mean, that just makes the most sense is to do a force ghost scenario.
But whatever.
I don't. Where do you see they cast? I'm looking at all the casting. There's no young Ahsoka cast anywhere.
I saw that rumor on some site like 6 months ago.
It's a rumor.
I remember seeing it on Dom. I never put it in the news.
A long time ago. Wait, hold on.
I never put it in the news because it wasn't.
No, not some rumor site. I'm asking where did you actually? I thought he talked like it was actually fast.
No, when they had the cast members, and they showed the whole cast. This was going back before Ahsoka was just starting to get made. Hold on.
Okay, so in other words, yeah, that's okay. That's not a thing. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for the
subscribe. So the rumor is whoever this is.
Yeah.
Savannah Stein or Steen or I don't know how has been cast as young Ahsoka.
That's a rumor.
Yahoo has it as a rumor.
Okay.
No, we'll see.
But it's
Jedi. This is what happens when all these little rumor things don't show up. It adds on to them. It's like a snowball effect going downhill. Starts off. There's no Star Killer.
What do you want me to listen? I need to be happy with something. Please give me happiness and joy in something.
Bigger.
Because Pins and needles, needles and pins. So happy man. Happy
Yeah.
man.
You just, Dom, if I could offer some advice.
Yes, thank you.
You're not going to take it. Stop watching all these. Don't watch the trailers. Don't watch the videos.
Yeah, have you seen Jedi is so engaged in this right now?
I am so ignorant on all of this stuff that every Tuesday is like Christmas. It's just like, oh, except for how bad Ahsoka is. She's awful. But,
yeah, but besides that, like, look at the rejuvenation. He looks 14 days younger. You know what I mean? There's a lot more smiling.
I trimmed the beard for this and everything.
Yeah, he went back to writing notes. He has notes again. When was the last time he had notes? He's going back to notes.
Prepared for a show.
He read an Africa comic to be part of it. Like,
he's back in. He's back, folks. It took a while, but he's back. All right. He looks like one of the characters. It's fucking amazing. That feeling's good. You got to get back to that, Dom. Listen to the other old fart. You got 2 old farts here that'll tell you that, and then me and or whatever you guys are called. What are you guys called again?
Marco's going to start letting you do Funko segments again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could be worse.
It's gonna be great.
I heard you want me to do a Fortnite segment. I heard that earlier.
Oh, I think you guys should. Yeah, I think you guys next week. Yeah, next week you should do.
Not just Fortnite. You can do other games. Skins of Star Wars and Marvel characters.
Yeah, skins of Star Wars and Marvel characters. Like, are these worth it? And then find out what the price was and say, are we worth it? That's gonna be your thumbnail. And then all of a sudden, you guys are going to go over tier listed, do whatever you want. You just pop them up. You're going to get. I mean, have you seen when they did a Fortnite comic? I've never seen so many moms throw down punches since Tickle Me Elmo came out, dude. Yeah. I'm telling you,
to come into the
Cabbage Patch Kids.
Oh, especially with the G.I. Joe Batman.
There's somebody popped in below, Marco.
Oh my God. I don't know. We're getting out of here anyways. Who's some guy?
Who's some guy? Put on your camera. I don't know who you are.
We won't pull you out. Just say who some guy is. All right. Anyways, we're out of here anyways. That's what I think you should do. Be good, Sticks. We'll see everybody later. Make sure you check out all the wonderful programming we got here. We've got a bunch of great live shows, including, hey, Get Off My Lawn with 3 of these guys. Then Sticks is on S&S with another guy, Brucifer, that's on all the time. And then we've got the tax show coming up this week.
I'm back again on Monday, Brucifer yet again.
Good.
Oh, on the Brucifer show, which is on Brucifer's channel, Kingdom of Nerds. By the way, that is where you can also Jedi. You were cordially invited to be on that channel. Do not disappoint us.
Harumph.
I still haven't been invited, so it doesn't matter.
Jedi, I'm very surprised. I thought he was saying it about me, but geez, you.
Doesn't count if you have to invite yourself.
You did invite yourself. Either way, there we go. Watch all.
Got it right. Really got it right here.
Thank you.
Dude, I'm telling you, this is gold. Do it. What's the worst that happens? What is the worst that happens? What's the worst that happens? All right, watch all the great content we got on here. We got to figure out who some guy is. We'll talk to you later. What do we start? Oh, we got 2. Thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Marco, that is a valid point. I wouldn't probably call me a couple months. All right. Talk to you guys later. Some guy left. Who's some guy?
I don't know.
No idea.
We got to get some rules and regulations over here on Renovision. All right. Talk to y'all later. Have a great day. We'll see you. Oh, wait. I got to do the outro.
Hit the button.
No, I got to hit this button. Wait. Is this it?